And welcome
What's up, everybody?
back.
Oh, my bad, brother.
I
No, I said I'll intro and I'll throw it to you. Listen, it's one of those days, man. It's one of those
We're
days.
2 for 2.
I scuffed 2 with Josh yesterday, too.
Oh, man. Regardless, we're back.
I'm washed.
As you can tell, we are super ready for this one. But after a fantastic performance from... Oh my goodness, I'm blanking on them now.
SFU and CPP.
SFU Flamingo. After a fantastic performance from SFU Flamengo, as well as some other results from around, that's what I've got my mind on as well. UCSC Gold taking down UCSD Gold in another matchup, as well as UBC taking down IVC Blues. So we've got 3 of our 4 winners semifinals matchups ready to go, or at least the teams involved in that, as well as 3 of our 4 lower bracket results there as well. The final one here, of course, UCR Gold versus SDSU Black. This one's going to be an interesting one, Jobin.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting, and that's for a couple of reasons. UCR Gold, you might have heard the name UCR around here in the CVAL West scene. They've been known to, have some success before, and because of the success of a said UCR Blue team, UCR Gold technically isn't going to be able to qualify for nationals, but they are playing the ultimate spoiler in this tournament. They are trying to take away. Okay, we have to stop what we're doing and just. I'm not even going to say anything. Just enjoy it. Migraines is a sleep paralysis team, and
she was real close to the camera. Cody,
Cody
did not want to be in this picture.
These are the best pictures now. They might have surpassed the demigods, I'm not going to lie.
Man, this is great. I mean, their fun fact just speaks
team motto, get me out. Yeah, I feel it. Mood.
It's, you know what? This is what happens in the first round. We give teams a little bit too much leeway, and they do stuff like this. A favorite player of KGB UCR's Valorant director as well is Cody, and that's actually an interesting one because we did get a chance to actually interview Cody as well, and she had a lot of really interesting insights in regards to the game and everything. There is more to the interview, of course, than what we can show, but we're gonna run the interview right now. Get to see her crisp aim as well as some of her opinions on the game.
Hi, I'm Cody. I'm a Senti controller player for UCR Gold. So from my understanding, I think Gold has always been a sister team to Blue, but Blue is obviously more known with the core players on the team with like Dix, Andrew, and Soup. But I think the only difference between the teams now is reputation and roster longevity. In terms of gameplay, Jason tells Andrew to go kill, and I guess it works most of the time. As for us though, usually Justin calls and we work with each other as the rounds go on. Our team definitely hears a lot of opinions thrown around, but we never take any of the negativity to heart. And we're also technically a rookie team being together for, I guess, only 3 months. Rather than feeling the pressure to match Blue though, we want teams to show the same level of respect and create a name for ourselves. I think our biggest strength is working, or I guess bouncing back from, plays that maybe don't go our way most of the time. So we're definitely a team that shouldn't be underestimated with how new we are. As this is my first quarter competing in Collegiate Valorant, I'm not too familiar with the team's reputations just yet, but I've heard a lot about UC Santa Cruz. They seem to have a pretty solid roster overall, with each player being able to carry their own weight. And they're definitely a formidable opponent, and I can see them going far in the tourney. I think one of my favorite moments with my team has to be earlier when we played USC and NECC. I think one of their players, Valorant, bugged after leaving the party, and we could hear them talk as if they're on open mic. I acted like I hacked into the computer and talked to them like the rest of my team instigating in the back, but we eventually told them, and yeah, so all is well. Honestly, I personally love instigating, and I want teams to really try their hardest in earning the spot to compete against in championships. So if they want to get there, they really have to work hard in order to get past us and to earn that spot. I guess all I have to really say is just to not underestimate us, and I wish you guys the best of luck.
Then go tell Jason, her saying, Jason, just tell Andrew, go kill people. She's like, our team a little more coordinated. It takes a little more. She's like, Jason and Andrew, they just go kill everyone.
Yeah, that's what we saw in the past as well. I mean, UCR Blue, of course, being the victims of the reverse reverse sweep, that one, yeah, from Demigods. But of course, neither of them are here this time, and this is Gold's world to play in. And honestly, really good insight there. A really interesting team overall. As Cody said, a newer team, but there is a lot of reputation there. The main thing is a lot of these California teams are really close, and I really like to see sort of the community that they've built up as well. Not only from that, but I mean, every single time Cody will make a Twitter post, you'll see all of these other players that we've casted, Wix in the comments, Amir's in the comments, all these. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. But of course, on the flip side of that is a newer team sort of to the CVAL atmosphere in that sense, and SDSU Black. And this is a team that they're another interesting team in their own right. Of course, their first time making it this far, but of course, this time we get the more straightforward fun facts about them. But always good to, make sure that we get a good taste of what this team is like.
Well, yeah, and especially when newer teams come into the top 8, it's always good to get a baseline, right? A couple of these other teams, listen, we already know the boring facts. We want to see the fun, exciting stuff, but SDSU, they're a very, very exciting team. As you mentioned, they're a very new roster as well. They only played in that CVAL winter earlier on, and to be fair, they ended up losing to UCR Blue in the round of 32, really hard, not really, that's when you can shake your head at. You can say, it's okay, no problem. We lost to a very, very solid team. But this is one of those teams on the come up. We've seen this has kind of been the trend of this CVAL split across every region. It's been a lot of teams kind of changing rosters. There's been a lot of turnover in these last couple splits. We're seeing a lot of these kind of like young buck up and rising teams come to the fold. And I mean, we've got 2 of them on our hands today. It should make for a great matchup.
Yeah, and I think we were able to speak with Hespa as well, just to get a better vibe of what is going on at SDSU. Of course, sort of the lesser known of the San Diego schools, as weird as it sounds, because of UCSD having such a strong run. But of course, let's hear from Hespa right here.
Yeah, my name is Devin, or Hespa. Now I'm the Valorant coordinator for Aztec Gaming, and I'm the newest player on SDSU Black. Most of our players are returning players from last season, but we've been pretty much playing together for about a year at this point. I think we've built up team chemistry a lot over the last couple months. Main core of guys are returning from last semester, but the newer guys, me and Paku, we kind of settled in more, and I think that's helping us a lot, with what we're doing. UCR Gold is a good team, but it's nothing we haven't really seen before. If you look at the winner qualifier, the last qualifier, we went against their other team, UCR Blue, which was our first round of playoffs. So that was like a big hit because they went on to place second in the entire tourney, and they had actually beat the first team. So that was something really tough to deal with. But obviously, I feel like we're ready for it. We've played a couple of the remaining teams like IVC and CVP. Both of those have been really close games when we played them, so that could be interesting too, if we get the chance to play them. I'd say a lot of the memories I make with my team are actually in the game, because we like to banter with each other a lot. The other day, Shove asked one of our subs, Memo, why he kept getting aggro on mid as a Sage player, and he just replied with, watch this, and then he ended up getting a 4K the next round by just running it down. So yeah, that's probably just some of my favorite memories, just the stuff we do in game. Just good luck to everyone. I hope we see you guys in the finals. There's a lot of great teams, so it's definitely going to be really tough to get to the finals, but I hope we can make it, and hopefully we put on a show for everybody. So
and good to hear from Hespa there as well, just giving us some vibes behind the school and everything. And of course, as their fact state, they're just looking to try and do what they can here. They're trying to make a mark here. This is one of those teams that if we look at the points breakdowns and everything, fun fact, I have a really cool tweet about that if you are interested about that, at RandomCasts on Twitter. If you want to know some of those points breakdowns, SDSU does have to make sort of the run of the gauntlet. They need to get one of those auto-qualify seeds. So starting off with a win here would be pretty big for them. And of course, they sort of have their demons against UCR teams. We've seen how talented the blue team is as well. They're going to be going up against what is equally talented in the gold team. Going to be an interesting matchup nonetheless.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really, really tricky, especially for SDSU Black, just because the fact that UCR Gold, not that they're a team with nothing to lose, but knowing they can't qual, they are strictly playing to ruin other people's hopes and dreams. And having that mentality, you can kind of just play with a sense of no fear, just like we are going to come onto the server and we are going to try to handle business whatever way we see fit. And speaking of handling business, we're going to see what maps we're going to go over. It's going to be Ascent, Haven, and then Icebox ends up being that default decider. So Icebox have not seen in a very, very long time, to be honest. That is in that third map slot, so I'm not sure we will actually get to see it. But Ascent and Haven, honestly, the two maps that you can really tell the true test of a team and how well coordinated they are.
Yeah, and Haven is one of those maps that SDSU has had the most success on overall. So I think if we go to that map, we might see them sort of come alive as well. I mean, as we saw, the clips are from the Haven, from what we saw from Hespa as well. But of course, on the opposite side, as always, I will continue to say this until Ascent is removed, till Haven is removed, till all of these older maps are removed. You need to bring something different if you're going to beat a team. If you're going up against a skilled team in UCR Gold, you're going to have to bring your A game. You're just going to either have to out-aim them or outstrat them in one way or the other. And that's exactly what we saw in the first matchup. I mean, we saw that SFU were just able to execute on their strategies a little bit better. Yes, there was a little bit of a wrench thrown into the plan by CPP Black, but overall, SFU Flamingo came out on top. And if that translates through to this matchup as well, we may very well see a similar situation. But we are into it right now. Excited to see what these two
What
teams have
agents do you think we're going to get, Adam?
Whoa, there's an Omen, a Killjoy Hubbard. Wow.
We shouldn't even go to agent select for Ascent. We should just go to round 1. Scove playing Raze. Okay, I take it back.
Yeah, and one thing to note is that Scove has...
We see a lot of Raze on Ascent, to be fair.
Yeah,
it's Raze or Jet on Ascent usually, so it's understandable.
But in this situation, like, it is Raze as their main duelist by a long shot, and then it's not Jet, it's Reyna, and then it's Phoenix. They have one game on Jet.
That's usually Jet and Raze players, I want to say, are fairly interchangeable. You see a lot of the pro players, you see like the Jet mains often play the Raze. You see it tons of times, so that is a little bit interesting that the Raze player is not typically the Jet player. I wonder if someone else on this team maybe has that pocket Jet, or I'm sure, right, the VLR stats probably show that someone's got 400 games on Jet or something, but it's definitely interesting because, yeah, usually we think of the Raze and Jet player being synonymous with one another, so definitely interesting. Raze versus Jet, nice little switch up with the duelist, so you know what, at least it's not going to be fully standard Ascent.
A little bit of a change up, of course, but we saw the Raze come through from CPP Black as well in Mikey's hands, and it didn't quite find the mark in a lot of ways in that sense. But nonetheless, we will have to sort of parse together how all of that is going to work out. But of course, into the game right now, definitely going to be an interesting one. Both of these teams looking to go toe-to-toe. And of course, UCR Gold actually looking for the first recorded win, at least on Ascent. They are 0-2. Granted, once again, this is a very new roster, a lot of shifting pieces in that regard, so we'll see what they bring to the table.
Yeah, I'm sure with the talent on the roster across the board, I think they're going to, have a fairly decent time on Ascent, especially... Right, Ascent is one of those maps, yes, you need to be well coordinated, but 90% of Valorant players probably have a pretty good idea how Ascent is supposed to be played because there's only so many ways that it really gets played, so theoretically, slotting in with new players shouldn't be that big of a difference, but it always is going to be, at least to some degree.
Yeah, something that's interesting here is Zemo here, normally seen as the smokes player, is playing Jet. That's a little bit of a switch up there, but Migraines already giving Hespa a little bit of a migraine there with a nice shot to the wall.
And they took half a round.
Yeah, we were going to get on that quickly, but Lights and Migraines actually going to trade out. Actually, it's Justin picking up Hespa. Lights finding a second one on site here. Lights out with this classic thus far, but Zemo's going to come around the side, and site control going over to the side of UCR Gold. Cody actually going to go down as well, so now to 2v2. Zemo got a lot of work to do here. Going to try and dash away from that one. Scove going to be able to pick it up. Already, we've got ourselves a 1v1 situation. Scove going to be able to land those shots to 3K as SDSU strike first.
Raze is better than Jet. That is all the information you need, but all seriousness, that was a nice solid pistol round. UCR ends up just falling short in that 1v1. It came down to just those last couple pistol bullets, and sometimes RNG Bloom does not go your way. So now we're going to see this this usual round 2 for us. We're going to see full armor and Spectres. So you don't always see the full armor on the Spectres, but they're going to opt to try to maybe go for this run and gun style, try to just end this round nice and fast. I love the Charlie Brown Sova sticker.
Oh, honestly, there's been a lot of really good sprays recently.
Yeah.
That's one of them. Another one is the goodbye op, where
yeah,
throwing it off. And there's, of course, all the meme ones, like Breach smiling at the camera, Breach approves.
I think the goodbye op is from Toy Story. I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that goodbye op one is great. I've been using it. I don't even play Jet when I use it. But Zemo definitely plays Jet, finds the kill on the Scove. And that's the Vandal down already, so they're going to try and recover that as soon as possible.
Yeah, they're pinging it
You
too.
should try and defend that with what they can.
Yeah, they were pinging that Vandal, so you could see those pigs flying the second they went down. But luckily, the rest of these members, those weapons were recovered. They have been secured. Acu is going to swing. Nice little headshot there. Migraines going down in a heap. And now, one member left in tiles there. Acu just shoulder to shoulder, omen to omen right now. The flank is slowly making its way through the mid lane.
Oh, no.
And we already have a melee in game one. Omen on omen crime. Acu, you didn't have to do it to him. Or maybe you did.
You didn't have to do it to her like that. What do you mean? Come on. Nonetheless, yeah, you got to check your corners at the end of the day. And unfortunately, Cody gets caught down there. But, you know, good early rounds for the side of SDSU. This is what we were mentioning. You know, UCR Gold is coming in as the #1 seed from pre-tournament rankings. They had the best sort of solo queue rankings in that regard. SDSU were a little bit further down that list. So technically, just by the strict stats that are created there, you would expect them to come in as underdogs. But thus far, opening up really well, finding a couple rounds. But we've seen this before from teams where they take the pistol, they take the anti-eco, and then they start to get into hot water here. And already you can see a little bit more confidence with these rifles now. Teemo just sort of dropping down as much damage as they can.
Yeah, you don't want to throw away any of these guns nice and early, especially peeking something long. Lights getting right up in the face of Justin. At least it's going to trade the 1-for-1. So, you know, a net positive considering the Spectre, but that is going to be your Killjoy off the board for the rest of this round. So that is a lot of your defensive utility taken off the board. UCR, though, they're going to find that plant. Numbers game is going to be even. A lot of low health bars, though, on that UCR side. So there's been a ton of chip damage.
Yeah, a lot of chip damage, but not a whole lot of, you know, actual killing them there. Espa gonna actually spot out a couple members there. This is gonna get challenging. Scope finds one. It's Migraines, though, in this corner. Finds a second. Gambler and Migraines gonna clear out that round. Just because they were low doesn't mean they were out. My goodness, that's the story for, I believe it was Migraines there. Living with like 2 HP at the end of it. Great round for the recovery.
Oh, we have a perfect
side of it.
Look at UCR's kills. Oh, Adam, it's perfect.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, how often.
This is great. I love it.
Oh, I'm way too happy about that.
Listen, it's not often we get to see it. Oftentimes, there's just one person who's popping off. I mean, Kyle made sure that we didn't get any sort of stairs. We just got the elevator shaft there. But this time around, you know, everyone's getting involved. Cody's still looking for that one for herself. But nonetheless, now even buys. This is, you know, sort of one of those pivotal rounds. Round 4 is always super interesting as, oh, man. Well, you heard exactly what I heard there. Already round 4, the Ares spam coming through.
Listen, it was only a matter of time, okay? I'm surprised we didn't see it in round 2 to some degree, but, you know, it's always a matter of time on Ascent, and LMG will bear its ugly head. I mean, how often have we been seeing the Odin especially? I know the Odin's always been an Ascent staple, but feels like more recently everyone just so happy to take that weapon out. Espa getting taken out through market there. That is a nice early pick for Gambler. That's going to give UCR the edge they're probably looking for here. This A site looking like the preference. They're going to dash on, try to take some space here. Only Pacu is allowed to defend. Zemo takes him down easy. Now this site going to be garnered. Plant will be taken down, and now it's going to be a 5v3. Oh, nice pace, although it's going to delay, so at least Shove going to stop this play for the time being. But Gambler will finally roll 777s.
Oh, yeah, Light's going to come around the corner there, find the kill into Migraines. That's a nice little turnaround for themselves as well. Scove just sort of spamming through the ground, but Justin with that Ares, the God of War has come to play. Gambler finds another one for themselves, and challenging stuff for Luntais here. Has to try and make something happen, but into 4 members. Gonna try and find one. It's Chimo going down. Cody gonna get on the board now. It's a good round. A good pickup on the opposite side. Didn't have the full buy in that regard, but, you know, holding a lot of their guns, making sure that they can keep this economy rolling, and now SDSU going to be forced back onto
Adam,
save round.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, baby.
This is great.
Well, I'm enjoying it now because it's going to be gone soon.
Yeah, and I think it was... I think Gambler jumped up the stairs somewhere there as Migraines sort of stalled out. If we can keep the... Look at the other side. If Lights gets 1, then we've got stairs on both sides.
This is the real game.
Yeah, who will break the stairs first, basically. Asimo's trying to get that done, though, by getting early access on the site here. Not really going to find too many members. Everyone's sort of evacuated. Evacuation notice is in effect because UCR are storming onto site.
Yeah, didn't need the stairs when you could updraft on the generator. Either way, though, site taken, paint shells once more, trying to find some chip damage. Gambler down to 83, 0 points, scanning out some of these members. Mostly stacked up toward heaven, but there was one lurking just in hell as well. Shove Trying to fire off some shots toward that door, breaking it down. Hespa, I mean, to be fair, it's mostly sheriffs, it's mostly scraps. The turret takes down lights. The rest of these members getting picked off one by one. Shove's gonna answer back with one. Got him up 2, actually. Migraine's going down 2. Has the showstopper as well. Could try to go huge. The spray, though, gonna be just too much to take him down. And now, all on PackU, Justin gonna finish him off, and that's gonna be 3 in a row for UCR.
Yeah, and stairs are broken now, unfortunately. Everyone sort of picked them all up for themselves. Nonetheless, good attempt coming through from the side of SDSU there. They were able to get a little bit of damage down to the economy from Scove. That's really all you can hope for in some of those situations. But overall, UCR, they're getting into their groove. This is what we expect to see. And something that we memed a lot in the fall tournament was UCR Blue saying they created the Ascent meta and then losing on Ascent. Maybe UCR Gold have taken some of those strategies for themselves and said, you know what? Pistol doesn't matter. Anti-eco doesn't matter. We're going to just do what we do. Is nice little lineup cam. Going to clear out market. I love that lineup. It is so hard to deal with it.
I just like the aesthetics of the KO knife, how it twirls through.
Yeah, it's got good aerodynamics. You know, you got to make sure you get that nice spin rate going. Make sure it can stay airborne, all that sort of stuff. Is Zemo staying airborne, moving on to site very quickly.
Yeah, once again, the A site just completely, I would say null and void. It's just been evacuated once more. They just seem to be willing to play this 5v5 retake, but it hasn't really worked out in their favor. Maybe now that they have the lockdown and the showstopper, they're feeling a little bit better about it. But I'm not exactly sure if that's going to be enough, especially when there's still 5 members up. That's going to be a lot of pressure to try to fight through. There's the showstopper. Oh, the flick though. The 180 is going to find Zemo, but Justin there to pick up the pieces. He's going to be good for 2, 3.
Oh!
Lights going to trade him back. What a spray down. Paranoid through tree is going to be all day. Lockdown is going to be popped as well. Cody going to find the first one. Lights sitting on a 3K, chasing down the last KJ. Migraines though wins out that duel. The lockdown will prevail 4 rounds in a row for UCR. What's good?
Yeah, Migraine's just sort of playing safe there as the rest of the team sort of started to crumble around tree. It was a little bit scary there. Let's go with a great showstopper to start that out, but then Lights just finding multiple members. Great spray control there as well, but unfortunately not quite what they were hoping for, at least, you know, on their buy around. Now forced back onto another save. We've got a good old Bucky online here. This could get
Listen,
interesting.
shotguns are good, but when you see a Bucky, you can smell a little bit of desperation.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
Although,
save round.
the top
you know
frag does have it, so you must, I guess I'll defer.
You know what? Yeah, Lights, literally, that is the definition of a lights out gun. If you get a Bucky shot to the face,
that's a good angle
you're
for it.
donezo. Yeah, it's sort of lurking, trying to win the Killjoy Ditto here. Migraines has to be aware that there has to be someone trying to shotgun here.
Well,
that was clean.
He tried. Yeah, it's tough to, trying to fight that wide swing is going to be very difficult. And for Hespa to defend this B site, also very difficult. B going to be completely cleared out. They were expecting that A hit, I believe, once more. Oh, check in. PC Zemo takes down Luntais. Maybe going to look for one more here. A couple more pop shots, keeping these SDSU members at bay here, keeping them at an arm's reach. 0 point. Recon Dart going to scan out 2. Zemo's got a wealth of knowledge there, but the Sheriff headshot is going to find him. PackU too. UCR suddenly falling a little bit, but these health bars very low.
Yeah, lots of chip damage been taken once again. Migraines is just sort of holding this off angle, finds one, Shove next to fall, and now PackU with a sliver of health left remaining. Took the gamble. You can't gamble against the gambling man. Gambler cleans that one up.
Gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away. And that time, UCR not letting anyone escape with their lives. In this 5-round run, they have been looking more and more clean as it's been going on. Besides a couple, I don't want to call them lucky because those are some nasty flicks. Besides a couple really, really disgusting Sheriff headshots, these rounds have looked fairly convincing as we've gotten on. But silver lining SDSU, you have the entire armory at your disposal. However you want to use it, whatever way you want to slice up these sites or cut off this vision, just have to make sure you find some way to get value with them.
And I think the major thing is with a great dart scanning out.
Really good.
Chimo is
oh! There you go.
That's called the 1, 2, 3. You just wait. You wait until that scan comes down. You fire your shot and you make it count. Nonetheless, they've got a lot of ultimates available as well. You see this 4 ultimates online. That lockdown has already been invested from Migraines.
Nice swing.
That peak is great from Lights to make sure that they continue this roll. And now, you see, they haven't gained a whole lot of ground. I wonder what they ought to do here because they've got the economy to potentially sort of keep pushing forward if they so desire. They can go for some riskier plays with how much money they've got in the back pocket, but you don't want to give SDSU even a glimpse of hope here. You want to make sure that you are setting the tone for your future games as well, because in a lot of ways, UCR Gold is one of those teams that even though you can't make it to nationals, you can still get the scholarship money.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic for this team. They're looking for the money here.
Listen, prize money, bragging rights, and the fact, like I said, you get to just ruin someone's day. And for some of these VAL players, they like to, they enjoy people losing more than they enjoy winning sometimes. Justin, he's going to win that gunfight nice and easy. That is a quick little tap to the dome of Pacu. All of a sudden, Cody's going to help even things up here. We have a 3v3 in our hands, and we've got a couple ultimates on each side here. Shove, nice paint shell toward tree, deter that push for just a second. 16 seconds left. They are close enough to get on site. The blast pack's there. The recon dart the spray, not going to be found. Gambler takes down Shove. Site taken once more by UCR in the nick of time. Null Command to help him out, just to stop that Hunter's Fury long enough. 1 HP on the KO.
Right here.
Yeah, KO's got 1 HP. Gambler kind of hoping that they just fall so that they can keep alive, get potentially a res going, but Hespa playing very far back. Lights is going to be the one to take first contact. Gonna have to try and find anything that they can. Great recon dart though, gonna spot out Justin. Cody's gonna try and hold down from heaven. Gambler's got no HP, but finds Lights anyways. Hespa gonna be able to trade that one out. Now 1v1, Cody playing games with him there as Hespa goes down. Cody wins the battle of the interviewees.
Wins the battle of the, I had more bullets than you. The Hespa got forced into the reload, ran out of bullets there on the little re-engage. There's unfortunate. And now this economy once more going to be set back. I would say quite a fair bit, but they are absolutely on the loss bonus. One thing to note too about UCR, look how they've been winning these rounds. All kills, every round. Just winning 1v1s, trading gunfights, using the utility properly. They've gotten a couple plans to just, right now, this post plan at A, I think they're 100% on it. Right now, they just hasn't seemed to be an answer for SDSU.
Yeah, and Simo sort of picking up where Hespa wants to drop down the darts and everything, even the knife as well. Great stuff to sort of pick up, get conditioned to know exactly where everything goes, as well as Justin's shock dart has cleared out that alarm bot mid every time. Granted, the alarm bot isn't there this time, but when the alarm bot is there, has been very good at clearing that out. Lights able to find Justin as Pacu finds Simo once again. As you mentioned, that loss bonus meaning that they can just keep full buying until they win at this point means that SDSU, they've got some angles to sort of stress UCR Gold, at least a little bit here. Make them rethink some of these strategies, especially with this alarm bot that, well, Gambler's aware of.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that's that typical kind of KJ setup in Garage there. Gambler, couple pop shots toward Hespa. Hespa getting ready for this push to come through. Yeah, he knows that dark cover's there. He can smell those members out just on the other side. Lights gonna play out of market, waiting for contact. Gambler, pop flash, gonna swing, gonna find the headshot. Loot ties. Cody gonna trade one out of piece, but there was only one member left because SDSU was making light work of UCR. Credit to Lights that round too. The recon dart into the 0 point on Zemo. Lights finds a kill through the smoke, finds a second headshot, and they end up just cleaning up the rest of these members. And I think he found about half the damage onto Zemo too. So just 1 or 2 players making this. The early round was so strong. They had the same early round last time. They just ended up kind of falling apart when they gave up sight. This time though, make up for lost time, get the win.
Yeah, and a major thing about that as well is that they saved a lot of their rifles as well. So now that you sort of lose that loss bonus, you need to make sure that you're keeping these rifles cycling out, at least keep your economy in a state where you can afford another buy after this. Granted, for the side of UCR Gold, they have to be a little bit more cautious about that now. Cody, though, going to find Scove once again. As
look at that angle where he died.
And yeah, just so far up, and I believe that was just from Cody sitting on top of the hut in spawn. You can sort of see all the way into A main, so some cheeky little angles being picked up, showing that, hey, while she may have played a lot of Sentinels in the past, hey, picking up smokes, seamless transition, it seems.
Yeah, I probably got caught trying to grab that orb. That looks like the exact spot where that thing is located, so maybe a little bit greedy there over on that site, but that's not going to matter. A site has been taken over now that the first layer of defense is gone. So once again, 5v4 post plant. Hunter's Fury, though, is going to get popped. That's going to be one tag. Looking for the second one. Will be on target. Right between the eyes on Gambler. That's going to even things up at 4s. But if you look the other way, there is a Hunter's Fury for this post plant. Null Command for Hespa, or rather, yeah, Null Command for SDSU is going to stop that for at least the moment. But they're going to have to try to get moving here.
Yeah, and this is just all of their ultimates getting used this time. Luntai's gonna try and defuse, but Justin takes down Pacu. Cody and UCR Migraines able to pick up some more as well. Lights now completely blinded. Migraines is behind enemy lines, and Cody survives that round with a sliver of HP as well. Great stuff coming through from UCR Gold to regain that composure And now, as we mentioned, that loss bonus is gone. You can afford one more buy here, but after that, you're looking a little bit rough for that final round if you aren't able to find a win.
Yeah, this is the point of the game where we saw it in that first series when it was, I believe it was on Lotus, one of the maps, where it was that 7-3 game we were talking about, hey, if this snowballs to an 8 or 9-3, this game could look very different. All of a sudden, though, you push this to 7-5, you have an absolute game on your hands. They're going to have fairly good weaponry. You know, the Bucky on lights, not going to be the greatest, but he's going to play a short corner, probably try to play off of a lockdown if that's what it comes down to. So he's going to try to play that one safe. Same recon dart, Justin. He's going to face check that one and send one back in the zone.
Yeah, might as well. And let's go now sort of peeking this one.
Okay.
Simo's so aware every single time. Great performance thus far from everyone on UCR Gold. They've been working as a unit, and this is what they were talking about. You know, they are a well-oiled machine, sort of a 5-headed force at that. The real Hydra of Collegiate, as opposed to UCR Blue, which is oftentimes everyone has that pop-off potential, but they're just like, hey, Andrew, kill them all.
So you're
And he does
yeah, go do it. Yeah, and he does it. That's the thing. And he's like, okay, sounds good, guys. I will take us to the promised land. But this team effort has been definitely the star of the show, so to speak. A hit, looking like it's coming through.
Oh,
Ray is
no.
coming. He has position. Oh, look at that. 4 to the dark cover. 1 member left. Pack you. They have information. Do they want to give the ace? They will. Pack you finds the ace. A fantastic way to keep this game alive. Absolute
Last
massacre
round in
in
the half.
tree. UCR caught flat-footed and hit with a knockout blow.
Oh my goodness, Paki with a fantastic play to just secure the round up for SDSU and keep it close. And that's what's important here, because you're able to keep a lot of these rifles going into the next round, or at the very least, you have enough to buy up for Scove. That could have been really tough. It could have been looking down a 9-3 scoreline if you don't win that round, but mega stuff coming through from Paki.
That's just a feels good, too.
That's
a shot in the arm. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's, you know, when they all line up like that, it's so perfect. You're just able to find that spray transfer, and it's not like a challenging spray transfer where you're pulling 90s or something.
Yeah.
You're just, they're just all lining up.
I like
they're
that
all
we can see
clumped
it
up.
coming, too, because we have the X-ray. We can smell it coming, just like migraines. Ooh. Migraines and lights. Who's going to KJ Diffie? The other show finally going to get that first blood he's looking for. Make that, too, though. Headshot for the Blade Storm for Zemo. Online and ready, just trying to see if he can find some contact.
Man.
Taking a lot of chip damage, though. That is 2 knives down. Paranoia, too. Cloudburst, updraft, trying everything they can to get out of dodge. They will not be able to pack you. Picking up where they left off, and so is SDSU. They're going to bring this half to 7-5. And did they even lock down that whole half? Once, maybe?
I think they did once. I don't think they used the Omen ultimate.
Didn't need it. He's 11-9-8.
Didn't need. You know what? The Omen ultimate kind of sucks. You know what? You pick Omen for the smokes. You don't pick it for the ultimate.
Pick Omen to be edgy.
Unless you're Koki.
Well, yeah.
Never forget.
Never forget.
Never forget. That is a certified Face It EDU banger right there. It's a West banger. But nonetheless, it's interesting how this game has sort of resolved. It's sort of bookended by SDSU domination. The early pistol around their anti-eco were incredibly clean, and then we start to see UCR sort of pull themselves up by the bootstraps, find themselves some rounds in the middle. But now, as we're swapping sides, I'm curious to see if potentially the difference between the Raze and the Jet actually has influence, because, as we mentioned, Raze has more mobility than Jet. She can get in there, she can get dirty really quickly, and already Migraine's taking a decent chunk on the way in, gonna be forced to use that swarm just to stall out as Stove, taking a decent chunk of damage on the way in from some shock guards as well.
Yeah, a little recon shock dart combo. Always going to be nice to get that chip damage. Now show down to 67. Might have a nasty little angle though. Migraines is going to hit with the paranoia. That is nice timing. Headshot to the box. Nice little spray. Justin out of boathouse though. Looking for the frenzy shots.
No.
The jump from boathouse lights. Gonna stunt on them one time. Bodhi and Espa trading out one apiece there. 3v2. SDSU does have control of the site. Is going to find that plant, and now they're good to find 2 kills here. That is low
Yellow's
health.
flipping a coin at this point. You either find your shot or you get taken down with 2 HP. As well trying to find it, but they're so aware of this.
Okay.
Paku finds the one with the right click.
No.
Going in with the knife again. Timo gonna take him down, but Luntai is gonna be there to back him up. Back up the aggression that Paku likes to play with.
I don't know if I'm happy or upset that melee somehow didn't end up working. It would have either been the best thing ever or just absolutely diabolical. But I think I was here for it one way or the other. But SDSU, they're right back in this ballgame. That's why you want to end that half on such a good note. And that's why a play like an ace in the fashion you get it is just such, it's like a sigh of relief. And just like we said, that shot in the arm, you're just like, okay, we're back in the game. We're only down 2 to 3 rounds now. You just popped off. We know we can hang with these guys. And then Shove starts finding the first bloods, starts winning those first contacts. And all of a sudden, things start to turn your way. And now you're 1 round away from tying it.
Yeah, and of course, UCR Gold sort of holding that extra pressure. But even in the interview, when I talked with Cody about it, she says, we don't care. You know, we're a completely different team. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't influence us in any way. Yes, our sister team did as good as you probably can. Come in second place qualifying for LAN, but in this situation, it's going to sort of slow it down now. Take their time, as Justin took a little bit of damage on the opposite side. Not sure who was lurking over there earlier, but you can see playing it more methodically as the stack starts to build. Oh my goodness, here we go. Sko finds migrants early for another first blood.
Zemo, next one to make contact there.
Oh my goodness.
That Spectre damage is pretty good. The paint's just
no.
Look at the members go running. UCR
Oh!
the hills, but they do not want that to happen. Gambler the next one to peek. There's the other blast pack straight out left corner. Oh, the 3K. Great transfer next to Jenny. That is all day long. That is plant. This is looking to be a flawless if things go keep going their way here.
Yeah, I mean, really the only person who's low is Sko over there. It's going to need something crazy coming through from Justin here. 76 HP. That's 1 Spectre headshot. Gonna have to play it incredibly safe here. That window, I believe it's broken. That's all so hard to tell sometimes. Sko just turning around the corner. Let's see what they find. Find it. That's a 4K for Sko once again, and we're all tied up once again as the UCR Gold, they went on a crazy run and have fallen ice cold now.
Yeah, they're definitely feeling pretty chilly over there. We're gonna see the weapons start to come through though. Light armor on 4 of the 5 members, but this SDSU squad, they're gonna keep that Hero Phantom. That's the beauty of a flawless. You get to keep all your weapons. You don't have to rebuy a single thing, especially when we're in a game that's 7-7. You want to worry about that. Look at Justin. Both.
Oh no.
We have not seen a double Odin force for the bonus in a while, if ever.
Oh!
Okay. All right. Nice shot. Yep. You too.
The team that we've seen.
No.
Oh my goodness, Cody finds 2 as well. And the last time we saw that was UCR Blue doing that. It was Jason who did that. Wow. And now you see the other UCR team says, hey, we can take some of that as well. Lunchtime is just caught in between everyone. A flawless for UCR Gold as they say, no, we're not cold. We're just warming up.
I'll tell you what. That is a hell of an answer, though. To lose a couple rounds in a row there. I think they lost 4 or 5 rounds in a row, basically, there. That is a statement round. That is fearless response from the UCR squad. And honestly, I loved every single second of that. Just the immediate spray on it. You know why it works? They hadn't tried it yet. There had been some LMGs on the field before. No one had committed to that wall spray. And sometimes when you play Ascent, you get lackadaisical. You forget the Odin exists. You walk up through B. You meet a wall of bullets, and then they just slowly close down the meat grinder, and there was nowhere to go.
Yeah, you face the full fury of the Smite Odin. Of course it was the Smite Odin as well. But SDSU just trying to recalibrate here, and once again, those Odins are just...
Look at those 2.
Oh my. Lights out once again.
Yeah, Hespa might be lights out here in a second.
Ooh.
I was gonna say, it looks cool. I would have thought it was a kill, but that's not gonna work. That might work. Shove, nice little swing in the backside spawn there. Takes down Cody. Oh, Zemo and Shove trying to link up here. First contact. Shots are found by both, but Shove ends up walking away the victor. There's a Smite Odin you were talking about. Does Justin know that there was one buried back in spawn though? It would not appear like he does. This might be absolutely perfect timing for Shove. It will be. That is another headshot, 3 on the round. However, what's better than 1 Odin? A second Odin. Shove. You've got someone behind you with an Odin. Migraine's going to take revenge for his lost friend.
Yeah, now it's down to Gambler to try and secure out this round. Good angle, though, on the flank. Going to find 1. Granted, that health is not looking good. It's going to be down to Migraines to really do the heavy lifting here. Switched out the Odin, at the very least, to pick up that Vandal. Trusting in their aim just a little bit more this time around, but gonna have to go for a little bit of a pinch here, and this is what's challenging. Both of them playing from hell. Gambler will spot them out. Oh, Luntize and Pacu though, holding a little bit of a cross there. Crisscross applesauce. Find yourself a 8th round if you're SDSU.
Find a tight game too, and now I want to see how the economy's looking. It looks like there are some funds to be exchanged. We are going to have an operator sighting, so we go from the sneaky round 3 op to the round 16 or round 17 op. Odin, wow, this is This is a loadout. Look at those credits, too. UCR is kind of just going for it here, it looks like.
Yeah, they need to win this round in a lot of ways. And of course, this is their map pick, and we talked about how there's not a whole lot of variance on this map. And the one variance we see is that Ray's getting picked up over the Jet. Jet is very much heavily preferred on this map, I want to say. The Raze is more so that comfort pick, but Scove has just been able to get in there, get down and dirty each and every time. But unlike the last operator we saw, we see it here camped out on A, and this might be the difference maker. They clear out wine with that Molly. They know there are people there. The smoke is on the wrong side. What can you find? Oh, the patience! Finds one onto Hespa.
I was going to say dodges the showstopper. Shove actually kept it in the back pocket there. Doesn't end up finding anything. Paint shells at Clear Heaven. A lot of bullets through tree there. Cody and Lights trading one apiece. Emo back. Plume Tie is good for 2. The dust has settled, and we've got a 2v1 spike just now being retrieved. 46 HP. All that loot ties has this. The op shot going to be missed. The wall blind. The 3K. And we have a dead even 1v1.
Yeah, and Migraines has done a pretty good job of just sort of
chilling,
playing stealthy here. Just chilling out. Great weight on that one. Luntize was trying to catch him going.
They were literally 1 HP apart. It actually was almost mirrored.
Yeah. They were in a dead heat there, but Migraines wins it out.
Yeah, that was a nice positioning. And you know what you do when you clutch up? You reward yourself with a nice Odin. Gonna buy that sucker back up. Zemo is gonna be over on the Blade Storm. Probably gonna allocate some buns to Justin. Looks like that is gonna be the case. So rifles for 3 of them. Blades for 1, and Odin for the other. And it looks like the side of SDSU, now you're going to be forced back onto that save. PACU is going to have that Hero Vandal, but the rest of these members, they're trying to make sure they play for this end game, because investing now and losing, the game just becomes infinitely harder.
Yeah, and the major thing as well is, Migraines is just able to hold this down as Lights takes a whole chunk of damage as well. You can see it's pretty much a save coming through from the side of SDSU, so they're just trying to take guns out of the inventory. Knives go firing through. Sko finds another early kill here, but Migraines there to reply with that big old friend. Lights as well, taking a decent chunk more damage. Acebo finds Luntize on site.
Yeah, we got 1 HP on the Killjoy too. SDSU looking pretty battered and beat up after this, but ooh, Nanoswarm. Migraines, you're still yeah, a couple of shots there, a little frustration there. Didn't think he was in the radius there. Lights working up the left side of B here, seeing if he can spot one in Boathouse, but that is a dangerous man with a dangerous ultimate. Zemo, good for the headshot, gets the refresh too. Espa, do you dare peek the Blade Storm? You don't really have a choice. It's 4v2, you got sheriffs. You might as well try to wide swing this sucker and take it home. He's gonna get the darts ready though. They're gonna try to set this one up. Migraines gonna get spotted out. Oh, the spot is gonna work. Paul, or PACU rather. No, it's Paul. PACU finds the headshot. 3v2 to close things out.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay.
Never mind. Yeah. Timo's just going to be able to drop that knife into the head.
Melee range.
3K. You know, that's what knives are for. They're for melee range. And yet, it still works out as UCR Gold have started to cook once again. You know what? We talk about first half teams. We talk about second half teams. We talk about, first quarter, last quarter, all that sort of stuff. This is like middle third team right here.
Yeah. We take that.
It's an interesting. The scoreboard is very interesting.
What is that, like the middle child, just like awkward and?
Yeah, but I mean, even in the middle, it's interrupted by 4 SDSU wins. They've just been, the momentum has been, very hard to come by in this one. And yes, UCR Gold have a couple of rounds to their advantage right now, but still gonna have a little bit of work to do here, especially with SDSU playing as aggressively as they have. Gambler getting forced out by that null command as well as they try and push forward. Scove, once again, just quickly onto site. Are they able to find anyone here? Because the opposite side there is Gambler. Gambler, are you aware? You are not aware as Scove shuts him down once again.
Yeah, the operator, though, the great equalizer. And yeah, I think that blast pack play was actually really good, because typically he had dove to hell, tried to take space near heaven, but diverts himself into tree there, able to find the pick with the Hunter's Fury. This thing is pretty good at finding picks, too. Yeah, they don't know where the plant is. The Nanoswarm, though, is going to take down PACU. That lockdown still kicking around as well. The Odin also still a factor. Look at Zemo's health. 2 HP, but he's got information. This could be enough to find a kill. Won't be. Lights and Espa. They're going to answer back, and all of a sudden, the Nanoswarm takes down Migraines. That is a clutch for SDSU. And at a time...
Migraines got the defuse.
Got it! I was going to say the round went up. Oh, man. Oh, that's killer.
Turret out.
That's rough.
Oh, that was close. wish we had a replay of that right now just to see how close that was at the end. But nonetheless, that was everything that SDSU had as well.
I will say this round, both teams will be broke if they lose this round. Like I said, SDSU has loss bonus though. So they could start a little run here if they win this round, but they have to win this round.
Yeah, they'd have to win this one out, but once again, the Odin is there. The Odin is prepared. Once again, the flurry of bullets comes down. This time around, though, they're starting to sort of force it out. Granted, this lockdown, if it's right up against the wall, you have to be careful.
Plan.
I don't think Migrants has the angle on it, though, so won't be able to clear that one out. Everyone's going to be forced back right to these paint shells as well. Scove just going to be able to get sight for free.
Yeah, when the lockdown goes, honestly, you just get out of dodge. You play for the 5v5, especially if you're feeling confident. We do see the Shadows teleport, though. Oh, the push of the dark cover, the Judge. That is the perfect distance to cover. Justin gets first blood over on Shove. Now we're going to see the counter Omen TP into spawn, but they're going to catch wind of that one. Cody's going to shut that down before it can materialize, but a lot of time off this spike so far. UCR going to take a lot of time to get back in Boathouse, even with this numbers game. Paranoia is going to hit the left side. Lights trying to swing their migraines. Does swing and find the kill, though, but it's a couple traded back for SDSU. Cody trying to find the kill. Oh, shots going everywhere, but they're going Pacu's way. Shotgun to the dome. Zemo's got two. This timer, though, ticking dangerously low. Hespa versus Zemo. Not a moment to spare. Zemo's good for 3. I think he's got the time, too. It looks like they'll definitely get out the time for this one. They're going to shut it down. Maybe 1 second left, though. What a close round. Wow.
Yeah, 103 there. Good call on that one, but as you mentioned, it's going to be a costly round still. You know, a lot of members did fall. They did get that win. They'll be able to scrape something together at the very least, and
yeah, lost
like
bonus
shield
plus, but like not.
Yeah, it's going to be SDSU with the better buy this time around. You win the round, but still, it was very costly. Only the operator really going to be saved over. Now it just depends on who gets what gun here. Justin perfectly happy to go back to the Judge, but Gambler, yeah, I got to get that Bulldog bought up here, and now it becomes an issue of if you win this round, you have to win the game, but if SDSU win this round, UCR Gold are going to be forced back onto potentially 10. You give a little bit of momentum back, and you talk about how this game has sort of been bookended. Migraines making sure that there is no bookend here. They're just going to leave it as a cliffhanger.
Yeah, taking that's one of your main engagement tools, too. So this getting on site is going to be a little bit trickier now. Going to see some damage on Migraines, though. Lights is going to trade down Cody. Nice little Paranoid behind Gen 2. Looks like SDSU. Oh! He is unawares. Migraines are going down. Spike Gambler does find the kill with the Bulldog. Gonna even things up at 3. Null Command in the back pocket, too. Pacu trying to make sure they clear out. Spike is kind of in no man's land right now. That is a massive pick mid. Zemo lurks mid. Gets rewarded handsomely. SDSU. Spike still not in hand. It is on site. But I think they are worried about possibly getting pinched. But the longer they take, the closer these UCR members are getting. And look at the ultis, too.
Yeah, there's 2 ultis available. If Zemo wants to end the game right now, they can go very quickly for that Blade Storm. You got the Null Command as well. Justin gonna try and clear out. Here comes the Blade Storm at the very least. Null Command coming down as well. Everyone's using all their ultimates through the smoke. Great Dart gonna be able to find it. Hespa goes down as well, and that's gonna be map 1 going over to UCR Gold.
I just love seeing such high-level utility. Just perfectly timed Cloudburst, scan him out with the Recon Dart, fire a couple knives between the eyes. Just such good work out of UCR, and it was a game that started a bit slow. Then they completely took control. SDSU kind of fought their way back into it, but you could tell UCR just felt like they were a step ahead. They always found that first blood, first contact, seemed to always go their way, and they snowballed that one. 13-8 is going to be the result.
I think the major thing as well is they adapted very quickly. They were really quick to sort of turn on a dime, make sure that they changed up the strategies when necessary to keep their momentum going. And that was what was really important. We saw SDSU at the end sort of figure everything out, find a couple of rounds, and then they switch sides. They find the pistol once again. And I think the only thing that you can really take away from UCR Gold is their power on pistol rounds. They didn't seem to really have the coin flip going their way. As you've got Gambler on your team, and you only have to do so many pistol rounds before you win one, right? Because you're one win away from, or you're one game away from your biggest win. Yeah, that's what they all say, right?
Yeah, but you quit right before you hit big.
Yeah, all of that sort of stuff. But they never hit big on the pistol round. They hit big in terms of the game win, and honestly, fantastic stuff coming through from UCR Gold. As SDSU, they're going to have to do some work here because Haven is next up on the chopping block.
Yeah, with that being said, though, we're going to cut it to a break from here. We're going to get back in map 2 with Haven. UCR Gold looking to close things down in map 2.
Welcome back, everyone, to more CVAL West action here. Spring qualifier is well underway in our final matchup of the night here. SDSU Black versus UCR Gold, and UCR Gold, they struck gold first here by taking that first map.
Yeah, nice little California Gold Rush there to take that first map. But UCR, again, it was kind of a tale of two games in a sense, where UCR got off to a bit of a slow start, but you could tell as the game went on, they were clearly learning strategies. They were figuring things out. They were mixing things up enough where SDSU couldn't ever really get their footing. They tried to play a lot of these 5v5 retake post plants that never really seemed to go their way. It just seemed like time and time again, UCR just kind of had a read on the game. We're just always like, okay, we have an idea what you're doing, and ultimately, 2 Odins better than 1.
Exactly. I mean, that's exactly what we saw coming through from them. They were able to adapt their strategy halfway through to sort of pick up what SDSU were putting down a little bit earlier than SDSU were able to do the opposite there. But of course, onto our second map, Haven, which is another map where the meta is very well fleshed out here. But there's always a little bit more variance here, I feel, when you play a map like Haven.
Yeah, Haven definitely, you're going to see like a similar comp to the Ascent comp. Are we going to see the exact same comps 2 games in a row?
Oh my.
There's a very real world where we do. And I understand why, because the Haven and Ascent is basically like the same comp usually anyways.
You usually get Breach instead.
I was going to say, yeah, Breach is usually what you're going to see. So we're going to see the Breach on one side. Yeah, we're going to see the dueling Breaches. It's Breach. We love the B-Bros over here. Hespa, waiting to lock in though, keeping us, not even a hover for us, completely shrouded in mystery. A veil, a cover. Is he hiding something? Probably
a dark cover, one could say, with these
gonna...
2 Odin, or these 2 Omens getting
speaking of dark.
Oh, never go.
I love Fade on Haven. She's not played as much on Haven anymore, but actually, I wish Fade was played more. I don't understand. Maybe I'm behind. It feels like she was like super strong in the meta, and then just like completely fell off to a degree. Am I wrong?
Yeah. To an extent, I mean, there were some nerfs to her Nightfall now being 8 points, all that sort of stuff. It did take some power out, but when you think about the Fade Raise combo,
distance, I guess, but it's still, the utility is so good.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, I think both of them are. You know, it really depends on what you want to go for in that sense. And I think that especially when you've got the Raise, you want to pair that up. The Fade Raise combo, still very strong. They didn't nerf that at all. Really just depends on how everything works out. This time around, though, I like to see that UCR Gold, they're going for the expected answer at that point. Or Migraines is now playing the Jet, Cody's playing the Killjoy, and Simo now pulling out that Omen. This is what we saw from them in the past, and maybe on Ascent they were just having a little bit of fun, testing out some different roles, shifting everyone down a slot in the order.
I'll tell you what, if that was the role swap game, if I'm SDSU, I'm going to be fearful for my tournament life here, because if they were just stunting on you and they were having that much success, curious to see how things are going to go. But SDSU did decide to pick Haven, so they've got to have some kind of sauce on it, at least to some degree. UCR, though, very hot start to game 1. It's all about trying to get this early lead. I talked about it earlier. Winning the pistol in that second round, you know, doesn't seem like much at the beginning, but those things add up.
Yeah, and definitely, at least for UCR Gold, you know, they're already looking towards potentially facing down UBC in that next round. SDSU Black wanting to avoid Irvine Valley at all costs, at least for the time being. So, you know, playing for your tournament lives, SDSU Black have to come up with something a little bit different here if they want to succeed in that regard. But Migraines very quickly onto site, sort of spraying him down. Justin able to get first blood this time around. And already Cody finding Hespa on the way out. A site is all for UCR's taking.
Yeah, and the fact that this is pistol round, actually, I mean, decent utility for the side of SDSU to try to fight back the paint shells. A couple classic shots too. Gambler still going back and forth. Show finally going to win out with 25 HP though. Migraines, that frenzy in hell. Taking down 2 more members. And now, all on Shove, down for the count. Pistol back over to UCR.
Yeah, Shimo just holding down that line. Great smokes coming down. Great use of utility to get onto site. So much space afforded by Migraines each and every time, and now you can just see them going. We'll see if the Jet opts to go for the Marshal here or something a little bit more aggressive. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Guardian come out, honestly. I think that the Guardian's super underrated.
I've been seeing a ton of I will say, I've been seeing it, maybe just collegiate, I've been seeing tons of Guardians like the last 2 weeks.
Guardian's a great gun.
I feel like this game too is kind of just like monkey see, monkey do, where people just start doing stuff, it just gets copied. Just because they think like, oh, it worked for these guys, I'll just use it.
Yeah, because I remember before it was always, hey, every single time you win that first round, you're going for the Spectre, you're going full shields, and then people were like, hey, the Bulldog's a pretty good gun. Why don't we just go for the Bulldog full shields? And then people, hey, you know what? I'm going to go for the Guardian full shields if you get enough kills. So that's one way to do so. Migraines, that's about a 60-degree angle that you just covered in that 0.1 seconds. You find yourself an early pick, and great opening for the side of UCR Gold. And Cody finding a lot of space up through garage here. Gonna be able to find that spray down as well. Great spray control to find that kill onto Luntais.
Yeah, contact in garage here for Cody. Classic jiggle peek on the other side there. Paint shells, though. Gotta try to get them out of the corner. Nice little job there. A little bit of damage. Nothing to write home about, though. Justin is going to be able to find the plant. They did a good enough job of zoning the rest of these members off. There's that bulldog we were talking about, you know. Lots of bark and bite, especially on this second round. Shove, though. That sheriff shot. Something to make note of. Cody. Little blast back there trying to get away. The Prowler is going to follow. Not going to be able to make contact, though. Just a lot of zoning off right now, trying to keep these members at bay.
Yeah, you can see just the double stack there. Very difficult to deal with. Justin able to trade out Cody there. 11 HP, though, as Justin finds it with the frenzy. And now Scope needs to find some headshots, but Migraines crouching around that corner, changing that angle of approach. That's a second round win. Hey, UCR Gold, they didn't win pistol rounds last map. They found them this time around.
Yeah, and that's the way she goes. Usually you lose the first round, that second round, you know, the next chip to fall, as we say. But UCR keeping a couple of those guns online. Honestly, keeping the Bulldogs and at least keeping the Phantom. It's a decent round, right? Losing 2 people, it sucks, obviously. But if you keep the core of your weapons alive, then you're still going to have enough to buy back next round. You at least get full armor on everybody. So if you can survive that first couple bullets from a Phantom, you can maybe find those Sheriff headshots. And UCR, we have seen no shortage of Sheriff headshots from any of these collegiate teams.
Yeah, I think the major thing is that the Sheriff is... most of these players will practice with the Sheriff the most. You go into deathmatch, you just go Sheriff only, and you go looking for head taps every time. You know, people can, or you're able to spray people down. You know you have the ability to do so. Migraines, though, doesn't even need the spray down. Finds it onto Scove as it's trades. As Chimo ends up finding lights. Chimo finds another one with that Sheriff. Exactly what we were talking about when it comes to those Sheriff shots.
These collegiate people, man, they're just something different. Remember, it's the age, right? They just the reflexes, the reactions are on point. I am getting made to look like an absolute genius right now. Cody finds another headshot back to you. Trying to find that one. Hespa, though, it's going to be the Vandal. The Vandal is ultimately going to overpower that Sheriff at some point or another. Now, though, play for long on the post plant. You have Breach, you have Sova. No reason to peek. That's a good little haunt. The shock dart, though. Hespa catching it right between the eyes. He's going to catch the Bulldog bullet to the back two from Gambler, and UCR is catching 3 in a row.
Yeah, great plays coming through from the side of UCR Gold. And honestly, just everyone individually is finding their ones in these rounds. Gambler sort of playing as that supporting cast a lot of the time here. But Migraines, great opener. Justin 303. And now another forced save
the
coming
assist
through
too.
from SDSU.
That's what's impressive. This early to have that many assists on your team. Basically, every kill has been assisted almost.
Yeah, I mean, it's good stuff coming down from Gambler to make sure that the team is getting set up for success. That's sort of the Breach's dream in a lot of ways. You know, you play Sky, you play Breach, you're just like,
you're playing point guard.
Yeah, you could be the point guard. You could be John Stockton out there. You could be just dishing dimes to everyone. You get a little bit of damage. Or you just shoot the 3 for yourself as go. Dome.
I like the aggression from Shove. There's only really one way to play race, but that's the 4th or 5th time the last map or so that I've seen just making contact without really having that teammate support they need to survive. Migraines checking all over for the nano swarms. He knows they're somewhere on there, but the site is open. The plant is going to go down nice and easy after they got that numbers advantage with all these other members. That's a tough thing about playing Haven defense. You have 3 sites to pick from. That's a nice little hotspot. Migraines has to get off the box. Post plant still in effect here, though. They have 5v4.
Yeah, Migraines looking around that box, giving us vertigo. It's generally something you get when you get Migraines as well, but nonetheless, Luntais finds a couple with the Sheriff. Not enough. You got to find all 5 in that situation. And another round win for UCR Gold. The UCR train does not stop here. They are going for the Highlands.
Yeah, they are, look at the money starting to build already. Justin at 7K, the rest of these members sitting about that 3 to 4 range. This is the economy starting to snowball nice and early, and especially in a game like this, like, yes, theoretically, you're going to end up working your way to the loss bonus should things keep going not your way. But UCR having this momentum off the back of a map where they played pretty much flawlessly in the second half, only dropped a couple of rounds. This is going to feel really good for UCR. SDSU, you really want to get on top of your game now.
Migraines is going to make sure that they don't really have much time to think, is already pushing up through garage, fires a couple shots. They say see ya. They don't want any of the smoke over there. He's going to push towards B this time around, and this is one of those times where, hey, switch up the strategies a little bit. You play to the extremities so often, why not just run it down?
I will say, Breach got taken off the board nice and early. Luntais, that's 2 picks for the side of SDSU, so these are massive plays. That's going to be 3 in a row for them, so this is the opening you were looking for. Now, you made first contact, you found the first couple kills. Now you can take a lot of pressure off of each one of these sites, knowing they can't hit us with that full utility. And right, KJ and Omen, yes, they're theoretically good for getting on site, but not having your breach, not having your jet, those are your two main entry tools. Off the board, Pacu, he's off the board too. 2v3. Plant actually should come through too.
Yeah, they're going to be able to find that plant. There's a lockdown available as well. Nightfall, though, going to be the answer. Hespa using that ultimate, investing in it. Did not catch out. Who's in heaven right now? Omen. This is going to be super pivotal. You haven't cleared heaven. You don't know where the Omen could be. There's one picked up by Simo. And Cody and Al not going to be able to find another one, but there's Shimo finding another one.
No way.
Here comes from the shadows, going to try and reposition here. Hespa, very aware of where they are. A couple of shots that the Sheriff brought out. Not going to be enough. Hespa going to secure the round as SDSU going to be able to find a round win finally, but that economy for UCR Gold more than enough to buy them up again.
I will say, credit, that was about as good of a play as you can make on the Omen there. You used all your utility. See, like, that's a pretty good Omen ultimate. You tried to buy enough time. You were 31 HP, so it was always going to be really, really tricky, but that's about as good as you can do. You took a few of those weapons off the board, and Justin, 9,000 credits. He'll be able to buy whatever weapon he desires and then some, the rest of this SDSU squad. Now that you're off the loss bonus, if UCR can claim this round once more, they're going to put SDSU back in that hole pretty much, and they're going to be able to take another 2-3 round run probably.
Yeah, Migrants takes a couple shots right off the rip there. That wall, as is most walls in this game, sometimes they're made of paper. Gonna shoot right through them, but Migraines, unabashed, still walking forward aggressively. Any angle possible is what Migraines is trying to solve here, and this alarm bot might just be the snitch that ruins it all.
Yeah, alarm bot, right here. No friends in this industry.
Except for Cody.
Yeah, of course. Migraine spotted out, but it's going to be the dark cover, just a delay toward B. I was expecting to maybe see the B hit, but B is a little bit of a tricky, like you said, tricky puzzle to solve. Look at Lights, though. This positioning. This could be absolutely massive, but he's going to get spotted out, but at least he's going to take one down. I actually love that play from Lights.
Standing ahead.
Yeah, you push the drone, you know one member is going to be out of commission. Yes, there's 4 of them stacked up there, but hey, you get your one. You get the trades as Justin.
Off your feet!
Up through garage. They're so aware of this. The Rolling Thunder comes down. Great timing from Justin. Just a little bit late on that one. Showstopper not going to land either. Shimo finds onto Shovas once again. Montai's able to train on the Cody. All of a sudden, things are getting a little bit dicey as Jimo finds another one. Pacu gets double swung there. Gambler able to find it, but Hespa in the corner finds the 3K. Once again, the captain for SDSU holds the line.
It was the chip damage, the double spray. I can't remember who got that spray, but there was 2 members coming out of garage just getting absolutely tanked down in health, and Hespa just has to be the cleanup crew, and he did a pretty damn good job of it. And that is a big round for SDSU. You kept the economy afloat. You've put a massive dent in that UCR economy now. You look at that money, they're not going to be able to fully buy up Migraines, is going to be able to get the Blade Storm, and next round they should be okay, but they were sitting on 7, 8K on 1 or 2 of these members. You've now whittled that down to 2, and this round, if you take it over, you'd be looking at a tie game.
Yeah, but Migraines are not going to try and keep that for long. You're pushing forward aggressively on this jet. Got to make sure that you can land those shots, but a lot of utility dumped into it. Just to make sure that this jet can't find space. Never mind, Migraines is already on the site. Up there, gets taken down to show with Pacu. Find a couple.
Yeah, oh my goodness, Pacu, the judge, taking care of business right now. 2 members left standing.
Ooh.
Cody gonna answer back on Shove, so a nice little answer, but they're gonna need a much bigger answer if they want to try to take this round over. This 4v2, and look where the spike is too.
Ooh.
Not in a good spot. There's a C's. Nothing to follow it though. Just a decay. Keep Cody pinned down in cellar there. Justin looking for the swing here. Pacu good for 3. All on Cody. Has the angle on Lights, but that is a firing squad. Cody's going down. SDSU 3 in a row, and look at a tie this game next round.
Yeah, SDSU is sort of coming back into it. This time around, they're the ones who are looking for that mid-round push of their own, or mid-half push. It's going to be one last goodbye from the side of UCR before they start to go deep into those pockets, deep into the student loans, as we call it. They're going to have that loss bonus stacking up, though, once again, if they are to fall this round. Granted, Justin just going to be trying to play utility bot this time. Just try and find information. See if they can pop that Hunter's Fury. If you can get a plant down and you have that Sova ultimate, you're going to be in good shape.
How dare you use the Hunter's Fury when there's not a lockdown?
Yeah, there is a lot.
I'm saying, yeah, I like to see the preemptive Hunter's Fury, but you know, it's just gonna be always that that counter utility. Justin, aftershock through garage there, trying to stop this push up. A lot of shots too, trying to break down those doors. Default setup, information exchange, nothing to note as of yet.
And Cody's just holding this down, trusting her aim there,
Here.
making sure that she'll take first contact and see what she can find. Talk about it all the time. It's kind of funny how Killjoy is named the way she is. Raze ends up turning that back around on to the lore lost lovers. You know, though, that timing, not in the right spot. Luntais takes him down.
It really be your own people betraying you. That's just how it goes in the Valorant space. That's just the way it goes. Let's see Hespa cooking up something in heaven there, looking for the hot lineup possibly. That is going to be a nice swing. Timing from Show was impeccable. Down goes Gambler. Justin answers back with 2, though. This round, all of a sudden, is manageable. They've cut it down to a 1-man disadvantage. They're going to find the plant, too. Decent post-plant util. They have the Hunter's Fury. Well, they only have 1 member, though, so that Hunter's Fury probably going to have to go massive if he even gets the chance to use it. That Paranoid, though, right on the button. He's looking for the timing. Finds it on 1, though. And he finds it on 2 more. The timing is impeccable. Oh, my goodness, for the ace. Justin takes down all 5 members. The 1v3. That is all she wrote. Justin popping off one time.
Out of nowhere as well. There was
Literally
no build up to that.
Literally just happened. So I was surprised it was an ace. I thought it was a 4K for a second. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, my goodness. Justin saying, hey, listen. Out of the players that use their first name at UCR, you got Jason, you got Andrew. You should know my name, Justin, as well. Man, taking names there for sure. My goodness. Just, yeah, out of nowhere, just creates it and creates the play all themselves. Great stuff. Hespa trying to create some plays of their own there, but Migraines is the one they're peeking against here. And we've seen Migraines win these out so many times. This time around, they're going to get cold feet and leave.
Yeah, just got to make sure that if you're SDSU, don't let that rattle you too much. A play like that is like when you get an 80-yard Hail Mary, kind of like, you know, like straight verticals, you get bombed on, just easy walk-in touchdown. You have to make sure, like, hey, we got lots of game left to play. It's only 5-3. Yes, that was an incredible play that we probably should have been able to shut down, but we're still in the game. We have a boatload of utility. UCR, though, trying to scope things out through garage here. Alarm bot is there. No nanos in garage, though, just for info. They'll get taken down. Right now, though, they are committed to this line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're playing very default this time around. They want to try and find where this utility is and everything. Migraines, though, might be the one to sort of break the no fire clause here. Not quite yet. We're just going to sort of hold the line for now. Lights trying to get a little bit more information, but with no dash, you've got to just find your nanos here. Nanos are there. Migraine's going to be taking a decent chunk on the way in.
30 seconds left.
I'm going to have to find a whole lot more, but Migraine's has found so much space all the way into CT, left undetected, and Gambler going to be able to get that plant down. Great patience coming through from UCR Gold.
Whoa, Cody. I'm thinking that someone's there. Luntais. The pop flash is coming. There's the Nightfall. The answer. Cody's going to fall in garage there. 4v4 Nightfall. Got a couple scans as well. Migraines stuck behind this box in the corner, but this angle could be absolutely huge. The triple swing, though, is going to be good enough to kill. Oh! Okay, shooting his teammate.
Luntais got cold feet. He thought he
scared
thought
me
the same
too.
thing.
Scared all of us. The fuse is going to get started. Hunter's Fury, though, trying to stop things now. That is going to be good. Justin and Gambler answering back with 2 of their own. Pacu, the half, though.
Oh, my goodness.
Headshot. Looked like the recon dart killed them, but the Vandal headshot will do.
My goodness, and someone died to a blast pack there earlier. It was just left there cooking for a little bit, and I think Gambler got caught out by that. Justin, once again, coming through in the clutch, and these last couple of rounds have been massive for the Sova, just to be able to find the shots when they matter. That round came down to a sliver of a second. Now, all of a sudden, the economy flips the opposite way. Just as SDSU were able to go on a little bit of a run, UCR Gold are able to strike back, and this save is more so for the last round. They want to make sure that they've got enough in the inventory to afford some of those rifles going into that.
Yeah, especially because there is still 2-3 rounds left. Hey, finally, there's the Raze Fade combo we've been talking about. They took a little bit to try it, and because to be fair, when you're playing against Raze Fade, you are expecting that combo to come through, and usually a couple of the same spots. So they waited a few rounds, tried to, you know, see if they could catch anything out early. Couldn't get anything, but Lights is going to get something. Migraine's going to get it right back.
Yeah, good stuff from Migraine's. Gambler going to be able to pick that one up on the Hespa, as well as Migraine's just moving forward onto site. Cody wins the Killjoy Ditto as well, and now 4v2 situation with these sheriffs. Not going to be looking too hot for the side of SDSU to get back onto the site.
Yeah, Gambler 67 HP, so there's a world where one well-placed sheriff bullet will do the trick, but PACU, dark cover, aftershock, headshot from Migraines. He's getting taken down. 4v1, send the headhunters. They're going to go try to chase down Ro8. He's going to do his best to dissuade.
Oh,
that's going to be one down. Potentially looking for the weapon recovery as well. Turret taken out. Looks like he still has that sheriff in hand. Oh, the weapon's just a little bit too deep there. The pop flash to swing. Oh, the timing. Ro8. 2 for 2 on the shots there. All of a sudden, a lot of utility to fight through. That is the only unfortunate part. Breach, a little bit tricky to get through. Can't really get the job done. Ro8, he'll get on site. He will die to the spike in honor of death, maybe.
Yeah, we'll just make sure that they get the extra bonus there from that lost bonus. You gotta die to make sure that you get.
It looks like he was
credits.
trying to get that gun out, I'll be honest.
Yeah, maybe he was trying his best, but nonetheless, another round win for the side of UCR. It's been multiple rounds in a row that they've been able to go on. Sort of the streaky style from these two teams is continuing through from map 1 into the second map. Ro8, though, doing whatever they can on this breach, you know. One of those dirtier agents that we talk about, you know, just get down and dirty. You try and get at what you can.
Don't overthink.
Two very different styles. Gambler going for more of that supportive build. Ro8 just taking matters into their own hands.
Yeah, you call Breach dirty, I call him annoying. Equally effective, though, in both cases.
Yeah, it's like Astra, right? You know, you can call her dirty, I call her annoying.
Yes.
I think Astra's whistling is just... Migraines is also really annoying for the side of SDSU thus far.
It's been the same thing every time. Migraines walks up A long, finds a kill, gets on site. PACU, though, finally playing the high ground, reads him like a book, but Gambler there for the answer. Plant is going to get stopped. Maybe will be started momentarily. There's the lockdown, though. Aftershock trying to piece up that lockdown. Is he going to find the plant?
Oh, is there lineups?
Right, there might be lineups. Yes, there are. UCR shutting it down all of a sudden.
Yeah, the only way to counter the Killjoy meta is to find the answer with those lineups. But Cody here, 40 HP in a really bad spot, and that's going to be SDSU. Getting the momentum back, at least briefly here, as they'll be able to buy out in the last round here. We're going to be going equal footing, potentially, in terms of the weaponry, into the final round of this half.
I love watching Raze use the blast packs offensively. I feel like it took, like, not forever in Valorant for it to become popular, but I think it took a couple pro players and some people limit testing to realize, like, hey, you can boot people off of really disgusting angles into free kills, basically. It's like 2 extra pieces of utility, not just for Raze. I always love to see those little blast pack boops out of the corner. Just sets up lights for the easy kill. Sets up SDSU for a nice, easy round. And now Migraines, Sheriff, but Bladestorm in the back pocket. It is the last round before half, so use it or you lose it. And UCR, they got a lot of use it.
Yeah, they're going to try and use probably all of these ultimates at that. Of course, the Rolling Thunder on the opposite side can be great to dissuade a push. Anything else? PACU, gets a right click there, and all of them miss. You hate to see it, but PACU still holding this down for the time being. Cody's here to answer as well. That's a lockdown invested as these smokes just continue to stack up. PACU finds the spray through the smoke. That's 2 of them. Doesn't want to chase down that lockdown there. Going to use both of those teleports to get out of there as soon as possible, as Cody in her final breath still gets the value as that Rolling Thunder is absolutely shut down.
Yeah, the headshot from Zemo. So clean to Hespel, working his way up toward heaven. UCR have to be mindful of that. Rolling Thunder, he's pretty much got all his utility, Gambler. He's just going to send it one to stop this push. UCR, though,
goodness.
Zemo is going to find the answer, luckily. Zemo's good for 3, actually. PACU answers with 3. Sight clear. Diffuse going to be stuck, so what was looking pretty sketchy there for a minute is all of a sudden a 7-5 close game. Nice little, nice.
You don't deserve my mention.
Yeah. Wow. 2 brain cells. Terrible.
Yeah, 2 of them intertwined at all times. And just like that, the streakiness of this game continues despite a raucous start from the side of UCR Gold. They find themselves only up a couple of rounds here, and they're 1 pistol away from potentially running into a similar situation as last map. This time around, you know, it all comes down to your execution. Can you find a pistol win if you're the side of UCR Gold? Because you can put them on the ropes there, get yourself up to 8-5, 9-5, and then you're really putting the pressure on SDSU, whereas the opposite goes the opposite. Oh my goodness. The opposite goes...
The opposite does indeed go the opposite.
Yeah, the opposite goes the opposite way, but if it does go the opposite way in this situation... SDSU are going to tie up this map, and we're going to have ourselves a fresh slate, tabula rasa, as we potentially go towards overtime. Map 3. SDSU have a lot of work to do still. Luntais, that's one way to start it off, and this breach has been on point with these shots.
That's a good way to clock into your shift and get to work. So SDSU, off to that fast start, taking this pistol round, like you said. Gonna ensure a tie game. Gambler and Justin, though, those are two massive picks. Look at, oh, Hespa's health is low, but the swings. 1 for 1 for 1 for 1 for 1. PACU, one of the last members standing over on this site. One player up in hell as well. Luntais trying to play the crossfire. Zemo ready to make contact. They haven't cleared heaven. Oh, Cody, the Ferrari peak's gonna be good. 1v1, the HP of PACU, though.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Cody is unawares. Oh no. Behind you.
Oh!
Don't interrupt
You get
my
away with
work.
some devious melee attempts already. So Cody, up privy to that, finds the turn, the headshot. That is a big round for UCR to take.
Yeah, one could say Cody was the game changer in that round, of course, for her team.
Wait, why?
Finding a couple of nice little shots there. Honestly, great stuff, though, coming through from everyone on UCR. And that's sort of been the tail of the tape in a lot of ways. Everyone is contributing. Everyone gets to move up and move down the scoreboard at will. Of course, Zemo had a great performance on the Jet last time. Now his Migraines pulling it out. You know, it's still just
How
everyone
crazy,
is
right?
contributing
They just
in
straight
their own
up
rights.
triangle.
Yeah,
And
they did.
Same results. Look at the kills. Same. Got like all
Find
10
that
kills
rhythm.
basically. Insane.
Very consistent as the Hydra continues to rain its fear upon the side of SDSU. Unfortunately for them, they're the Aztecs. They don't believe in the Greek mythology. We don't even have demigods this time around, so can't even make those jokes. Scove, though, just finding lots of space early, taking out that turret. It's an incredibly quick plan on the B here. They're
well,
just trying to stick it.
It
But
was an
those
attempt.
swarms. Oh my goodness. Cody had them read like a book. And 11 HP for PACU. They're not going to be too happy about that.
I imagine they just posted the picture of like the smiley face saying "you tried" or like the gold star. They're like, yeah, we have nanos.
But
Nice
Bart
try
Simpson
planting
bringing the
B.
cake.
Exactly.
At least you tried.
Yeah, it was a nice idea, but the nano swarms set up on B. Let's there to read that one. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of members. That is a lot of bullets. Zemo gonna catch a little stray bullet there onto PACU. That is a lot of chip damage. Actually, he landed one bullet the whole time basically. Look at those health bars.
Yeah, it's just spotless apart from that. Just very messy. Is Sko trying to find some more space there. Trying to fight with the utility, not the gun. Ends up going down as Gambler hiding in the corner. These lineups from Hespa, though, have been fantastic. Just spawning out information. Zemo and Gambler on site, gonna clean everyone out. It's a full house on the C site for Zemo and Gambler. They're feeling very good as they get to 9.
Yeah, that was a very, very clean round. And honestly, I don't think they forced the rifle round 2, which is just not something we usually see, to be frank. They went for that kind of old meta like we talked about with the 5 Spectres. I think they had 4 Spectres and some kind of, are we going to see the round 3 op? Surely, right?
Migraines is considering it.
This is, why else would you have not bought and then, right? Surely, he doesn't have Bladestorm. He's buying the op, right?
2.
He's not keeping the ghost. Maybe next round op, maybe. Because they might consider this the bonus, so you don't want to risk losing the off this round, probably. Buy it next.
Yeah, likely that, as we did see that happen on Ascent as well, where they were just forced to save their off for multiple rounds and just try and get it out. Scove, though, lines them up, knocks them down, the collat effectively there. Cody on the opposite side of that one, not too happy about that one. Scove as well finds a third onto Gambler, and now it's all down to Justin. We've seen what they can do before. What can Justin do? Jump peek right into the teeth of the defense. The Aztecs able to strike that.
Yeah, that was quite the strike there. Just knocking them up like knocking them down, like you said. That was quite the spray down. There's the operator. Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're not gonna force a rifle on round 3, you're saving because you want to buy the operator and you want to try to punish someone either A long or C long. You could maybe try to hold on top of the box and B, but that is a little bit more dicey. So it's gonna be the A side. Yeah, they're gonna try to get this stack ready. However, unless he's going to be very, very patient, he might be waiting a little bit to find one of these members as they slowly meander toward the seaside.
Of course, SDSU, they want to try and find that momentum that they had briefly in the middle of this game once again. Scove can definitely be the catalyst for that with these blast packs into the back line. They're just spraying through. They have no clue that UCR have evacuated. No one is home, but this is a good play here. You use that Hunter's Fury that you charged up so early to try and find some damage, but PACU and Luntais are punishing the rest of your team in the meanwhile. And now Gambler gonna gamble here in Garage, finds one.
Yeah, that's going to be a nice pick back the other way. Low health on Hespa and one of these other members as well. So, a couple of pop shots. Okay, Lights catching some unbelievable timing. Okay, Op down, Gambler down. looks like UCR down in just a moment. Light's looking for one more here. Justin doing their best to hang on for dear life. They will do that. They'll find the kill, but at what cost? 16 HP. Operator given over to the enemies as well. SDSU, this was a very lucrative round.
Yeah, honestly, well played. And Scove just buying a lot of space at the beginning of the round. Justin not going to quite get that one on to pack you.
No op?
But it's Scove just sort of pulling the trigger each and every time. And as you mentioned, well, we like to see those raises go for the blast packs from time to time as an offensive tool. If it works where you just jump into the backline, jump into the living room and start throwing your paint shells around, hey, it works.
Listen, those paint shells will always have a wider radius than it seems. They're always a little bit tricky, even if you've tried to play against them, hundreds of times at this point. Also, SDSU, with the comp they have, not terribly surprised to not see the op, especially considering they are an attack. Haven is usually one of those maps where wait, and then you go all at once, especially if it's that C or that A site. So they probably don't want to risk turning that op back over in any capacity. The UCR, Lights, though, he's going to take down Migraines nice and early on the early swing.
Yeah, punishes the aggression from Migraines there as Justin takes a couple of pot shots through the smoke as well. Scove trying to cook here, trying to get in there. Finds another one. 20 HP, will be able to escape with their life as Lights has just been lurking, finding anyone that they can. Teemo gonna shut that one down though.
Yeah, Showstopper, low HP, something to maybe note about. UCR, oh, the Shrouded Step right into the headshot. Loontai is good for 2 there. Justin, Sheriff, low health bars though, could theoretically find a kill or 2. However, this Raze is playing quite far away, quite safe. Justin, right now, looking for anything. SDSU, more than likely not going to oblige. Espa, maybe a little bit here, but yeah, they know where they are aware. So that's a 3K, that's a wall bang. That's SDSU bringing us to a 1-score game.
And showing why they wanted to pick this map, maybe more so for their attacking side. We saw it with SFU versus CPP earlier. They picked Lotus and they went down early. Very similar situation seems to be erupting here. UCR Gold need to right the ship here as this trades, the rounds get traded back and forth. This would be a mighty good time to do so because that economy for SDSU has been booming for the last round or two.
Recalling my bot.
Yeah, they're starting to roll in the dough just a little bit. And Odin sighting by Justin. So UCR finally taking the kid gloves off. Yeah, you can hear that spray down the garage just for a moment there. Trying to deter these members. But Showstopper, this is quite the deterrent tool as well. Shove looking for anything, but this site is open, and you can see UCR running for the hills. That Showstopper finds 2. Lots of damage on 2. The paint shells almost for the finish, too. Look how much damage already.
You should run.
And that's in a sick. This is what happens when you don't pick my favorite agent, Sage. You don't get those heals. You don't get topped back up. Scove, though, gonna be trying to take this down. 1, 2, 3, line him up. And that's exactly what you get. 4 coming through from the Raze as she is putting an end to everyone on the side of UCR. Migraines is the only one left, is spotted out. What can Scove do? Will Scove find it? No. Migraines shuts down the potential for another ace. As Migraines now in a really precarious situation. Util getting dumped from each and every angle to spray down through the box once again. Don't look now. The Aztecs have tied it up.
And Shove went all the way up C-long with the Showstopper out towards spawn and flanks through B. I don't think UCR ever had a clue that was going to be the play that was happening, but Shove, great adjustment, literally gets to the backside spawn. UCR caught with their pants down, just get completely taken out once again. Honestly, it was almost an identical play in an identical position to what, 3-4 rounds ago? Gets behind them near mid B, shreds 3 of them outside the backside of a smoke, and all of a sudden, they keep every weapon on the board basically as well. The economy of UCR now down in the dumps, and SDSU, as we said, they are sitting on a pile of money.
They're sitting so much money here in UCR Gold. They don't have a whole lot to fight back with.
Yeah.
Yes, there is the loss bonus that's stacked up for themselves, but Scove once again making themselves very well known, a celebrity on this C site, unfortunately unwanted as Shimo getting taken down. Gambler as well next to fall. Cody gonna fall.
Who
Scove
is
is just cooking with this Raze. Has the Showstopper up again already.
Wait, how did he get it? He got it back in 2 rounds.
Yeah, a round and a half there. Light's gonna be able to find one as the firing squad now staring down Justin. What can Justin do? Apparently get one onto Hespa there. Light's gonna come around the corner. That's another one picked up. Justin making a case for themselves. Look at where Skove is around the corner. Back-to-back 4Ks for the Rays. Living up to her name. Absolutely decimating the UCR Gold side.
That is the 4th triple spray through a dark cover Shove has gotten this game. It's the same thing. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If Shove can keep walking up the C site, hey, a timeout. We've seen one timeout today, right? Like 4 maps.
Yeah, well, we saw some timeouts coming through from the first series as well. This is the first time that UCR have felt like they need to go back on their strategies a little bit more. And we talked about the consistency that has come through from UCR on the scoreboard. But you just see it is the same consistency coming through from SDSU, except Skove is 5 kills ahead of everyone else in the game. It's just the head and shoulders moment above the rest. And this is going to become precarious if UCR can't get themselves back in line. We've talked about the streaks this game, 5 in a row for SDSU. And if they find another one here, that might be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
I'll just say straight up, if they cannot kill Shove, they do not stand a chance. That man is on a heater. I mean, the showstopper is what, 8 points? Got it in a round and a half.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Yeah, I mean, if you get 8 kills and you die once, that's 9 points for you. So, hey.
Yeah, that'll work.
The math checks out. And Skove has been checking everyone from UCR out, basically out of the server. It feels like these rounds. You can't shut them down. You gotta just pull the plug on this guy's PC or something if you're gonna try and find him, or you need to start to pick yourself up once again. Keep that grit about you. Show them the UCR way. We've seen this from UCR Blue before, where they were down but not out. They were the original reverse sweepers. Now, UCR Gold need to dig deep from the lead and try and find themselves a victory. Skove with that showstopper already, moving forward aggressively, moving all the way into Link here. Wow, finds Gambler around the corner as well. That's 9 in 3 rounds for Skove, and he's not done yet.
He is in the flow state right now. Every single thing. The Owl Drone hits the paint shells and puts him back. Does find the spray though. Good for 2. Takes down the lockdown. Shove has 3 kills again. There are 2 UCR members left standing. He's looking for a 4th. Over in hell. He's got it. Hack you. Looking to make last contact. Finds it. Would have been a second ace for Shove, but nonetheless, it's a 4K. And guess what? Everybody said he's okay. 3 out of 8 did the showstopper because he used it right in the middle of the round. But either way, SDSU just looking like this game is all done and dusted.
And the craziest thing is that, just 12 kills in 3 rounds.
I can't wait to watch this back and count it out.
We talk about it. It's, good for 1, good for 2 in those situations. Skove in the last 3 rounds has been good for 4. And that is more than you can ask out of any player. You ask Tens to do that, Tens will be like, bro.
Tens won't play Rays either.
Tens
he does now. I know. He's
Skove showing that maybe they might just be the Tens of Collegiate with this performance here on Haven thus far. SDSU looking to push this to map 3, and what most saw as potentially one of the more lopsided matchups potential. Granted, Cody gonna shut them down with the Sheriff. She says enough is enough.
Sometimes you gotta go for the heat check. UCR going for the heat check too. Hunter's Fury and these Sheriffs. So this is an aggressive eco, but I kind of like that they're biting back like this. Try to get this round back, because the thing is, if they can spot out lights and find a kill, they can theoretically get some weapons back, but Justin will not be carrying anything over. That is a nice little isolated pick for lights. However, look at where the spike is isolated, right between the teeth of UCR.
Yeah, she did a great job of sort of just jiggle peeking that. Spray down through the box, not going to find any shots. Every angle is covered. They do not want to risk a thing here. UCR Gold digging deep, as we said. This is what was necessary. You have to find that heat check. And if Cody's just going to be able to find that head on the entry, hey, you take those every single day of the week.
30 seconds left.
This little totem pole stack, yeah, that's going to do the trick. We see a Thrifty. That's going to be 3 rifles back to UCR as well. That is exactly what you were looking for. And we talked about it. Shove died first. UCR ends up winning the round. Yes, they found 2 or 3 Sheriff headshots, but that entry point gets shut down, null and void right when the round starts. All of a sudden, it takes so much pressure off your backline. The flanks aren't going to be nearly as easy besides PACU trying to set something up with a very telegraphed teleport. But you finally shut down that first engagement piece. The money starting to go back in UCR's favor as well. They're starting to have a little bit of change to buy back the next round. Both of these teams fairly even in eco, so these next 2 rounds are going to be everything.
Yeah, And once again, they take down
There
Scope
it is.
off the rip, and this is exactly
They're learning.
just the game plan for the side of UCR. This is how you win. This is your winning ways. Find the pig on Scove early. We saw them have a lot of success doing that on Ascent. We saw them having a lot of success when they were on the attacking side. Now on the defending side, they've been peeking that guy a lot more often, and it's working well in their favor.
Yeah, he's just such an explosive, talented player. It's so hard, like, right? You're not going to totally stop great players, but you have to find some way to suppress them in moments. They have been doing that these last couple rounds. There's the Rolling Thunder. Shroud is stepping to hell, but it's not safe down there. UCR migraines. Call him the devil. He's taking everyone out. He's going for the jump, finds the triple kill. Lights, the latest victim to fall. Now it's all on Hespa. You're going down with the 4K. Migraine says, I got something for you, Shove. I got 4 of my own. And a flawless for UCR.
4K after 4K after 4K, tied up at 11.
Right? 2 aces for 4 4Ks is insane.
Yeah, it's just been back and forth
I
from
love it, though.
both of these teams, and it's a dogfight to the end. Win 2, and you're in. But of course, there's honestly, overtime is very much on the cards now as well.
Yeah, what do we got for ultimates? We have Nightfall, we have Omen TP for each side. Not really anything for UCR. Oh man, this is a SDSU slight edge as far as ultimates. If they could win this round, they're going to have a big boatload of utility there. This round, though, I mean, it's 11-11. You couldn't ask for a better game. This is everything.
It's coming down to the wire once again. Scove trying to find space. Oh my goodness, again! Third round in a row is everything that they need. And if history is to be the predicator for this round, it's not looking good. Granted, Pacquiao trying to bake that change, finds a kill on the Shimo.
Yeah, that's a big pick to get back to because UCR could have just sat back with their laurels and not really tried to play anything. A couple shots traded back and forth. Lights is going to get the worst of that just by a small margin. A couple chips over onto the Omen as well. Gamblers and Migraines working the C site. Luntais checking through window mid right now. Looks like it's going to be this A rotation. Teams just refuse to go to B besides that cheeky little rush plant they tried earlier that didn't work. I'm expecting the A rotation to come through. The only thing is, they've taken so long. They haven't made any noise at B, but UCR, they already have someone playing C long. They know they have the KJ set up in garage. They only really have to watch B and A, and these members are already set up on A beautifully.
Yeah, and you can see Lights just waiting for the rest of the team. Slowly but surely, they're pushing forward. Justin's going to have great timing on this recon bolt here. Even if it gets destroyed, knows that there's members coming, smoke coming through, fault line coming down as well. Justin is going to be telling his team the bad news. They are on A site, and I need assistance. Lights, though, hasn't looked for the plant yet. Pacquiao planting in that spot. Oh, my goodness, this is going to get punished so gravely. Justin finds the kill. The plant goes down, though. Just in the nick of time, and everyone else gets wiped out. Lights, Luntais finding it, and now Gambler in the 1v2, seized up. Hespa not knowing if it landed or not. It's all about the timing now. Gambler has to take this play. This is the moments that matter here. 8 bullets in the Vandal. Needs to try and stick it. Looking for whoever peeks first. It's going to be Luntais first on the scene once again. Oh my goodness, the util dump is just so difficult to deal with, and SDSU get to 12.
Breach and Fade, 2 of the most notorious util dump heavy agents in the entire game. So good for the post plant, and what was looking pretty damn good for UCR at the start, SDSU, very good job to dig in, got the plant down in the nick of time, died for the cause. The shock darts took down Pacquiao. Job got done though, and now we're gonna see these ultimates creeping back up slowly. Lights having the lockdown and that Nightfall. That could be absolutely massive. Shove is going to get one of these weapons purchased by a teammate, because other than that, after this, it's going to OT. So this is going to be basically a use it or lose it for all these members.
Yeah, and for UCR Gold, they need to just use it. They need to use everything that they've got. Got to dig deep once again to try and find the round win here. Once again, we see Nightfall is going to come down, going to detect out 2 members. Justin is so far up here, but I'm not sure if Hespa's aware of it. Justin finds the first kill there. That's the Fade taken off the board. That's a lot of utility taken away. Lights going to be able to check into it, but Scove, Pacquiao, Lights, Luntais, everyone's getting their ones there. It's down to Cody to try and save the map here. There's any time for Cody to show what she's made of. It is right here, right now. 1v4 into the lockdown, finds one early, but needs to back off because that lockdown is oh so far away.
Adam, you feeling chilly? Because it looks like Icebox might be in the cards, my friend, unless Cody can pull some kind of crazy play out. I'm thinking that we're going to be going over to the Arctic tundra there. the peninsula. And we're going to have to settle this in a third and final map here. Cody's down. Map 3 we go. Icebox will be the decider for these two squads.
And my goodness, what a comeback from the side of SDSU. It felt like they were down for so much of that game, and it just took Scove.
Activated.
Turn them on like the stove, heat them up, get them going, and start to cook. And that is exactly what they got in that latter half there. It's going to be hard to count how many kills he got in that second half. It must have been somewhere in the realm of 18, 19, somewhere around there.
Probably.
He heated up very quickly and was able to be that catalyst for SDSU to get back into it.
Yeah, we can see the 6 first bloods. What was it? 28 kills, I think, by the end of the game. Just honestly, that he was critical. It was 13-11, and how many was it? 3 4Ks and an ace that they pulled off just in the second half. So it literally took a Herculean Michael Jordan-esque effort at the end. They're finding those frags because even though UCR, they found a good read to shut down Shove, it just took a little bit too long. However, UCR showed us once again, once they find the read, they shut him down 3-4 times in a row. It's just that the rest of the members fell apart so quickly those last 2 rounds. It felt like the round was alive, 4v4, and in a blink, it was 1v4, and you just can't win those consistently.
Yeah, it's almost as if Hespo was just giving a little alley-oop over to Shove, and he went up, big dunk on top of them there, getting everything that they needed. And honestly, a great play, honestly, for SDSU coming in as we mentioned in the cast, one of those teams that not a lot of teams were expecting to get very far. They came in as sort of a massive underdog. They were sort of benefactors of the bracket in a lot of ways. They still are able to overcome and find a win against UCR Gold, who were that number 1 team coming into pre-tournament seeding. But, Jobin, we're heading to Icebox. Good thing I got the sweater on. It's been warm here. We're getting colder weather tomorrow. Might as well start it off here. We're going to go into Icebox for map 3. We'll be right back.
All right, you can start. Yeah.
And welcome back for our final map of the night. We're Adam and Jobin back at you once again. And honestly, I was not expecting that performance out of SDSU. We were unfamiliar with your game. We apologize. We are going to Icebox, where just a great comeback there, because over in the middle there, oh my goodness, just came alive, became God himself, it felt like, for those 3 rounds, and just dragged the Aztecs back in to contention here. And hey, we hear the sound. We're already in Agent Select.
Listen, one thing, I am very...
False alarm.
Psych! Pump fake.
False alarm.
Gives me a second to talk about Icebox, I guess, because Icebox is a map that I feel like a lot of teams have started to avoid Icebox, whether it's because they don't like it, because it's been so long since they maybe played it in rotation. Icebox feels like it's either like the deciding map, or I don't really see any teams actually deciding to go over to Icebox. So the comps is what's going to really intrigue me now, because, right, we're used to seeing Icebox, but the comps, we've been seeing the Harbor Viper kind of creep into contention. We've been seeing a lot of the Viper, the KO, a lot of these similar things, you know, Viper, KJ. Okay, so it's going to be essentially...
Let's go!
It's going to be some amalgamation of what we're used to. Listen, it's Icebox. You got to have Sage.
Oh, we got the
She literally
Sage
has an
coming
ice
through.
wall. Come
Listen.
on. It's her home field.
I don't get to see Sage played enough. Okay, this is me
To be
selling
fair,
out
she's
for
really
Sage
not
right
played
now.
besides Icebox
She's
much anymore.
exactly. She's only played sometimes on Lotus and on Icebox, as sort of that thing. But the major thing that made me sad about Lock-In was that people were playing Harbor, and they were like, you know what? We're not gonna play Sage. And I was like, no, you have to play Sage. Sage is great. Of course, now I'm selling out for the agent. You know what? I don't care anymore. You know what? I am unashamed of the fact that I love Sage as an agent. And it's interesting that we get these mirrored comps once again in a lot of ways. We get to see the Viper finally come out, and it's going to be Cody piloting that Viper. So a little bit of a shift in those roles once again. Shimo going back to the Jet. It's going to be, I believe, Migraines on that Killjoy. Cody moving over to the Viper this time around. So interesting adaptations from these teams to sort of reallocate themselves into their own roles and everything, showing how variable they can all be. And it's actually Gambler pulling out the Sage this time around. So Migraines back on that Killjoy, yes.
You know, people like to do a lot of agent swapping, a lot of funny stuff. But let's see, getting into game here. Justin, flipping that Karambit around. Both these teams, I wonder what Icebox again. It's just, I wonder, typically we see a lot of hits on the B site. You might see, you know, the off hit on A, depending on these Viper wall setups and the likes of that. But once again, though, I do like that Shove is back on the Rays. Honestly, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That was your heater agent. You popped off that second half of that map. I really want to see if they can get going once more.
Yeah, and I mean, extremely quick in getting going. They're just pushing onto this site. Cody is left sort of on an island here. Her wall's over towards that A site. Cody's just going to have to sort of scout out exactly what's going on. She's going to turn around that corner. Migraines, though, going to be the first one to find the kill. As Scove comes around the back of Yellow, finds the kill on Cody. But this Swarm, oh my goodness, has did so much damage on the way out.
Yeah, Nano Swarm down below. Shock Dart over the top. A nice little high-low attack there. That util very well placed for both of these members. Now, this push has been completely halted by SDS to UCR. Has shut this down in its tracks. The Sage Wall going to be gone momentarily. Lights trying to spot one out in heaven. That Viper Wall, though, such a difficult tool to navigate. The rest of these members still kicking around. They know the rotation's probably not going to come through. They're just waiting to see if they can try to spam something out and find a kill.
Yeah, and Lights with that wall going down, just going to try and play around this Viper wall, going right into that little nook and cranny there, right into the face of Migraines. Shimo, though, going to turn that back around as Justin finds the shots. Justin finds 3 in the Sova Ditto. And that's a great start for UCR. Get yourselves back on your feet there a little bit after what was a shaky ending to Haven. They want to make sure that they are putting everything into this, as Shimo, once again, opting just for the shields. I smell an operator in his future.
And to be fair, Icebox, another map that definitely lends itself to using the operator. It's so damn powerful. There's so many nice lineups. I mean, B is privy. That mid lane is so good with the op as well, especially playing someone like the Jet, right? You're able to dash up top on tube. There's so many little weird angles you can take on Icebox on top of all the crates. So it's another one of those weapons out of this map. It absolutely thrives.
Yeah, but once again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Going there once again. Cody taking a decent amount of damage on the way in. Paint Shell's on one side, gonna force her one way, but she's gonna win that 1v1 versus Skull. Finds another one as well on the snake bite. And Cody holding it down this time around. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Well, Pakyu's gonna make sure that she's still punished for that one. now a 1v2, 2v2 situation. Sorry, it's hard at this point. Justin able to find that kill in the PACU as Lights gonna pick up a Spectre, but against the Bulldogs on the opposite side, against the Sheriff, your ranged attack not gonna be as tactile, and that Spike is in an awful spot.
This has been a scrappy round 2, though. Usually round 2 is a little bit more lopsided. Light has utility, has timing, but 2 members going to be a little bit too tricky to crack there. The headshot from Justin, UCR are going to keep a couple of their weapons, keep that 2-round lead, and now we're going to see SDSU put together an actual buy. Oh, Zemo is 200 credits short of the op.
Man, you know what happens?
I think he was hoping to get it for round 3. To be fair, though, we've seen teams, right? Sometimes they might not full force round 3. Okay, he's going to go Guardian, maybe so. Maybe he's thinking off, maybe long term.
Yeah. And honestly, the Guardian is just like the op, but like the budget version. You do a lot of damage on those bullets. They are powerful.
It's like budget, but it's like middle class. Like, it's still pretty good. You know, it's still pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as you mentioned, the Guardian's a great gun.
If you can head tap, I mean, it's almost as good as the op. Like, it's right, it claps.
It's like the upgrade Marshall, we'll put it that way.
Yeah. Marshall with attitude.
Yeah, Cody using the Marshall with attitude that's loud and also very cheap and not a Marshall at all, which is the Sheriff. He's going to get spotted out, though, with that dart. Oh, okay. What a shot to find Hespa there. Luntai's, though, going to trade in kind.
Right, just got to try to find your ones, Zemo. Working top side here of the site. Trying to scout out this site. There's the Guardian shot. That's Sage Wall, though. Oh, there's the Guardian headshot we were talking about. Stage Wall did go down. Plant did go down too. So UCR is 3v3 though this round. A little bit spicy. Justin hooking up those shock darts, trying to get Shove off the mark there. He's gonna find some chip damage. Second one gonna land as well. So that's half his HP gone. Defuse started. Justin going for the stick here. The Guardian shots are all day long and making me and Adam look like geniuses once more. 3K with the Guardians, 3 alive for UCR, and 3 rounds on the board.
Yeah, they made the Sage sandwich there as well to make it so challenging, and I think that height change there just sort of threw off the side of SDSU. You get a member sort of sent up on the elevator, all of a sudden you're looking at something you weren't used to. Lights caught off guard. That's 3 rounds in a row for UCR. Granted, this is exactly the same way that they've opened up maps in the past, or they've opened up these sort of advantages through multiple rounds in a row. You gotta just be careful at the end of the day, though, because these are heavy combatants going back and forth. You win 3 rounds, you lose 3 rounds. You win 3 rounds, you lose 3 rounds. This is the time to stick it to them. Looking at the stats as well between these two teams. You know, neither of these teams have had very much success on Icebox overall. Neither of the teams really like it.
That's what I see. I feel like a lot of teams have just been kind of avoiding Icebox. Not even like they necessarily like hate it. They're just like, we don't play it that much. Not a lot of other teams really play it or script it. So I can definitely understand that. Though. Zemo, no mistake made. Headshot on Shove. That is going to be your duelist down. Rez is going to be there if they try to get something going here, but they do have Sheriffs as well, so probably not going to be worth it. Revive for what? Try to find a Sheriff headshot. Not going to be the most worthwhile, Cody. Playing that little Nat style, lurking on the Viper, trying to see if there's anything cooked up mid. Slowly backing away toward B, though.
Yeah, and this wall is so difficult to deal with, too. I think it's just a little bit too far as well. If it were to be advantageous to the attacker side. There's a wall that you can put down that just gives you the smallest nook there to plant as Migrants finds Lights on the rotation. Now it's just Luntai's and PACU trying to find anything. PACU finds Gambler at the very least, so that's a Sage down, but Chimo finds Luntai's on the opposite side. PACU trying to hit that head glitch, but all of them taking the rope across. They're going for a little bit of a ziplining adventure. Cody, I think, came around from the back there and was able to find that kill.
Always fun to go ziplining with the squad there, especially when you're running, gunning, and shredding down these SDSU members. But the thing is with this game, right? There's the operator, by the way. We knew it was coming eventually. Zemo wasn't going to fool us. Look at this, though. Justin and Zemo. Notice a stat with them that is unique.
13 and 0 combined between the two of them.
Yeah, the 0 have not fallen yet.
0.
When you're playing Jet and playing Entry for the most part, and we know Justin's getting his hands dirty too. He is not one of these lineup Sobas. He is getting in there, finding the picks. Wants to get to that Hunter's Jury as early as possible. SDSU, state of the economy. This is going to be a massive round to try to take. Cody getting chipped down though for him.
Yeah, above average at Jonas, as you can haul it in here. Once again, going to work. Scope, though, moving aggressively. Cody is so aware to shut that one down. Side note on the map stats here. UCR Gold are 0 and 2 on Icebox. SDSU are 2 and 1 on Icebox, as listed on VLR once again. Always the homies helping us out with those stats. It's great.
Yeah, VLR's a great tool. A little bit unupdated sometimes. The tool's great. The headshots are great too. That's all we're seeing in the kill feed. Luntai's good for 2.
I am not just no healer.
Yeah, we all just pick our favorite voice line and wall down, plant down probably in a second or two here. Yeah, we're gonna find that. SDSU finally have the advantage.
Yeah, have a slight advantage there with that Sage Res coming online. Of course, not far off is Gambler's ult on the opposite side as well. Not going to have it this round, but might have it in the next round, which could turn the numbers in their favor. Justin, they're trying to find where these members are. The op shots, though, ringing out. You're not really going to find too much right now. She almost landed that one. Going for the Sheriff shots now. You need an op when you do that. And now the Sage sandwich once again. Gambler Justin going to work. It is now down to a 1v1. Luntais on 4K, actually. This is going to be challenging to tap on the spike as well. Luntais with the ace out of nowhere.
Oh,
We've seen 4 aces in this series.
I was gonna say, not the day, the series. Like, forget the entire day. And this is what I was gonna say this last round. UCR had been so dominant. Even that last map, we saw these 4 or 5 round dominant stretches. It was only a matter of time before the dam broke, and it broke in a big way with Luntais carrying the brunt of the load there, finding 5 on the round. Only had 1 kill up to that point before, but all it takes is 1 big round like that. However, if you're UCR, you have full money, you've got the damn Viper Pit. If you can take SDSU down, a no loss bonus, and they will be broke.
These are the moments.
Sage Ace, you should be in heaven right now.
Yeah, like Sage Ace. You know what?
9.
Amazing stuff. Nonetheless, all jokes aside, Migraine's just trying to hold down angles for now. That Viper's Pit just going to deter them away from A. You can see how many members are over towards this B site. But even still, Cody doesn't want to push too early. She doesn't want to get cold defeat on this A site. You have to hold it as long as possible. You need to prevent that option for as long as humanly possible. And now this Viper wall getting put down, that's a pretty good signal that they are going towards this B site. Seems like Shima's going to be the first one to go through. Gambler, though, playing very far up here. No wall. Used it very early on into the round. Going to try and hold these angles. Go once again, using these flashbacks so aggressively, but Gambler comes around and wins out on that fight.
Viper Pit, though, still that nuisance to fight with, and as long as Pacquiao is alive,
oh
the
no,
pit is going to be a problem.
30 seconds.
Lights.
Oh, that's
Lights,
bullying.
please. Lights is picking whatever they want right now. That's 2 through mid. Oh my goodness. What a wonky little round. How many times have we seen these goofy little lurks today? But the goofy little lurks are resulting in W's for SDSU. And goodness gracious, what a way to win 2 rounds. A lurk like that and a Sage Ace.
And I was fully expecting Lights to go for the knife kill there as well.
Oh,
you know what? We've seen these teams get real scrappy with it. But now UCR finally starting to feel the wallets feel a little bit thinner. You know, tuition seasons come around. They've had to pay up.
Oh, it's
and
tax
like,
season. Yeah,
oh, man, it's instant ramen time.
Oh,
Time to get the cup noodle. Buy yourself a dozen eggs. That's 12 meals right there. Make do with what you can. Ishima, though, obviously going to have that Blade Storm. Still going to be technically a gun round if we want to call it that. The aggressive pushes forward from Shima already. Trying to get some information. Still going to back out. This wall from Sage going to make sure that they are just funneled in right into Shima, hopefully. But Luntais res like 2 rounds ago and now has 7 out of 8 once again. Over to the back line. Gambler are going to be able to trade that one out as Justin gets caught napping.
Yeah, at least you got your ones if you use the Showstopper. Blade Storm is still online there. Looks like it's definitely going to be this A investment. Lights taking down Zemo. Blades offline as well. Both lockdowns in the back pocket. Migraines. Gonna even things up immediately, though. Taken out by Lights. Lights, lockdown, engaged. 2v2. Res in the pocket as well. Justin going to be back online now. This lockdown, though, is going to have to force these members off site for a couple seconds here. They might go for the challenge, though, and Lights has all the timing in the world. Just can't find the pick. Let's tag down. The plant just now coming through as well.
Yeah, it was a really delayed plant there. They were worried about the heaven angle. Don't think that lockdown reached as far as potentially Lights wanted it to. But in a 3v2 situation, this res that comes through from Gambler, able to escape unscathed, is massive. Never mind, Gambler gets taken down. Hespa is trying to shoot through. Cody gets taken down as well. Lights on a 3K. Justin taps it once, takes down the turret, looking for the rest of the members, but in a 2v1, it does not matter. Lights up the scoreboard there. Lights up the sky with the Araxis Vandal. That's 3 in a row for SDSU. As the trend of the series continues, you cannot win just 1 round in a row. You cannot win 2 rounds in a row. It has to come in 3s.
Remember, Zemo and Justin were 13-0. Now they're 17-7. Lights got a 4K, lurked a disgusting angle mid for 2, a Sage ace, and all of a sudden, we're looking at possibly having a tie game. It is going to be a glass cannon operator for Zemo, though. They want to try to bite back, because the thing is, the economy of SDSU, they've been losing a couple members per round. It's not in the greatest of states. UCR can very much swing this back in their favor. Shove trying to get the early pick there. A couple damage, a couple bullets, both members there, but nothing too worrisome.
Now, just sort of rotating around, taking their talents elsewhere, taking their talents to B site. One could call it South Beach. Depends on which orientation it is.
Icebox is not South Beach.
Icebox is definitely not South Beach. It could be a desert, though.
South of the beach by about 25,000 miles, maybe.
25,000, yeah, approximately. You gotta go all the way around the globe for that one. But Cody, immediately as she gets one, the res comes through from Luntize once again. Thanks to that ace, in no small part earlier. And now the wall goes up. You get yourself the plant. But this is not safe. Luntize is going to stick it. Let's go. Covering off those angles. Migraines. Taken down. And now Gambler. A little bit of a short angle here. Oh, gets caught napping by Luntize once again. SDSU are coming alive. Coming ahead in spades. And Shimo with this operator just going to sort of peek through the gap here. Might be saving this one. Might be time to turn tail and run.
This is absolutely the save angle, at least for the operator. Justin, I kind of like this idea. Shove, though, he's got the timing. That little one-way Shove is going to find 3. And I was going to say, SDSU, I think at the time it was 4-2. Shove had 1 kill. They're actually going to try to chase him down. However, this is a tricky gun to run into. Justin, or Zemo. Yeah, Justin trying to find him. Lights, though, takes down Zemo. That is a nice swing. I wonder if they're going to steal away that operator. Looks like they're going to. Give that one over to one of these members as well.
Things to do.
Yeah, now finally UCR Gold forced onto a save. They did not pick up the operator. They say
they might not have a dedicated op. And with this, again, with this comp, like, who would you give the op to, right? You give it to Shove, you're kind of wasting Raze's kit. I guess that, but Luntize might not op, right? Like, some players just don't op either. That's the thing. Sage op would make sense, or KJ potentially, but some people just might not op,
Just learn to op. What do you mean?
It's hard. Opping at a high level is hard.
10 saw Jade in like what? A couple streams?
I mean, I think CNET is probably the best operator in the world, but that's just CNET or Dirk probably, but that's just
regardless. Operator gonna be left on the ground as SDSU continues to operate without fear. Aggressive pushes. They're willing to take as much space as necessary. Shock Dart not gonna find the mark. Shimo on this flank. Oh, baby. Not going to be able to find it as the turret snitches it out once again. Lots of damage underneath there. What an angle that's found by Hespa. And Luntai is banged up a little bit here on the Sage. Still going to be able to find it. But all 4 members are backside here. All stacked up here. Skove going to find one. Looking for more. Skove going to find... Luntai's going to find it. It's just a pinch there. 3K for the Sage. A flawless round for SDSU. My goodness, they have come alive once again. First 4 rounds, they're just warming up, getting used to the weather.
Not sure if you spotted the bodies there. There was 1 in spawn and 4 under catwalk.
Yeah, it's incredible stuff coming through from SDSU. You wouldn't expect Aztecs to be used to the cold like this, but they have been icy here. They have been on point with these shots, and UCR Gold, they're cold in the opposite way. They have not been able to find a round in quite a while here.
A little early.
We didn't see it.
No one saw it, Pacu. It's okay. We didn't see it.
Yeah, line it up. Oh,
the drone saw it.
Now Pacu forced way off here. Gambler has pushed up aggressively. This is an interesting wall, just to sort of cut off some of these rotations. Now sort of sequestered into these exterior angles. It's Cody just holding the line for now.
Yeah, I don't necessarily hate that. I just want to try to play that slow game, especially in this game when it's been so close. Shove, once again, master of the first blood on this race. Gonna get that opening engagement 1. Oh, Zemo, great reach. Shove, though, with the movement, takes down another one. Wall's going down. Plant goes down in a second or 2. Shove getting pinged out. Justin finally will claim revenge.
Yeah, now you can see, once that wall is down, though, it is so difficult to find the plants. Justin going to be dropping down some damage with the Luntize as well. UCR, this is definitely their chance, especially with the Killjoy lockdown online. mostly unchecked here. Actually, that's going to be Hunter's Fury popped out. It is not unchecked at all. Migraines, though, has found great angles here. Is Hespa aware? Hespa is unaware, but the other team, PAC-U there, specifically on the Viper, is very aware of this. Migraine's going to drop that turret up top. This angle's so difficult to deal with, though. Just coming around this side. These swarm grenades going to come out. Migraines, though, finds 2, finds 3. Justin needs to find the angle. Going to try and stick it for the time being. Getting it down to half at the very least. Luntai's trying to contest this. There's no time left. Luntai's going to come around that corner, and it's 6 in a row for SDSU. Luntai's dies to the spike, but hey, they don't care. They've got so much money in that inventory.
Oh, yeah, they do not care. They're going to buy the rest of the way out. They're going to have the showstopper, too. Rez back online as well, so they're going to have a lot of tools. UCR will have some tools in the back pocket. It just won't be weapons this round, unfortunately. They're going to be playing for that last round before half, and that's crazy. What started as a 4-0 game might be an 8-4 half the other way.
Just incredible stuff coming through from
And when you look at how they've won the rounds, too.
Yeah. They've been spotless in a lot of ways. You get an ace, you get some 4Ks thrown in there. Might as well throw in a couple full houses as well. Everyone's contributing on the side of SDSU and whatever they can. And even though Hespa isn't lighting up the score sheet, so to speak, you know that he's making all the shots here. He's calling for everything, making sure that everyone is staying in line. And it's been incredible because, once again, we have to talk about what this means for the rest of the standings as Sko fires a rocket to the face of Gambler. You can only take the devil's deal so many times before you end up getting punished for it.
So good job on the observers always watching Shove right at the start of the round, because we know that's where the action is. It's been a consistent hit every single time. Speaking of, 2 more for the books. Oh, it's time and time and time and time again. Shove every single round. 4 kills. Epsa gets taken down. All that does, though, is give Shove a chance for another ace in this series. Oh, they're going to send for it, too. Shove looking for Zemo. That's another ace for the team. Oh, my goodness. I think that's 4 or 5 aces in this series alone. And we're not even through halftime on Icebox.
Gentlemen, this makes me regret not setting up the bingo card right away. We were going to do it for next weekend. But if you were to ask me 6-7 hours ago, hey, who do you think's going to get 2 aces in the same series? Who do you think is going to be lighting up the scoreboard? Who do you think is going to be finding 3 4Ks back to back? I would not have told you Sko. I would have said, probably Shimo after map 1 specifically. Justin's got that dog in him. Maybe him too. Justin does have that dog in him as he shuts down Sko right away.
You will not kill.
But this has been anything but typical here. We have seen incredible stuff from SDSU as they are fighting against every single bit of experience that UCR Gold have. They find the res and they just turn tail and run.
So I got bad news for UCR. El Baba Yaga is back alive and trying to take names right now. They have to be careful. Shove has all the utility. Cody, though, I like this short corner play. You might be able to catch some disgusting timing. Oh, the shot through the wall though gets the location, and Lights punishes. Lights has the lockdown. Hunter's Fury, though, going cross map. Trying to go sniping. Gonna split the sticks on that one, though. Bladestorm still online, maybe 1 or 2 knives left. Migraine. Oh, the timing is absolutely disgusting. And there's the revive coming back to fruition. Shove good for 1. Updraft, big shell, Cloudburst. You're going down 2. Justin trades 1 back, but it's all SDSU.
Spike planted.
Gambler's gonna have to make some magic happen. 1v4 situation. Not even gonna find the shot into Hespa. Finds 3 there. Is that Hespa? Hey, it wasn't lighting up the score sheet. 30K. Might as well throw it in there. 8 rounds in a row for the side of SDSU. And the sister team to our 2nd place finishers in winter might be headed to the lower bracket far sooner than any of us expected.
Yeah, this is the performance of a lifetime from Shove. Just cannot say enough good things. It's impressive. It's honestly
everyone is contributing.
Yeah, just Shove to me is sticking out just because it's different ways. It's positioning, it's intelligence, it's gun skill, it's just raw guts, it's everything time after time. But like you said, right, 14 kills, 13 kills, 12 kills, and the 2 people with the least kills, it's your Viper and your Sova that are staying alive, keeping good util up, scanning out these members, and helping get those assists. So everyone right now just contributing, and honestly, like you said, playing flawlessly. 8 in a row, not much has been going wrong.
It's been fantastic coming through from SDSU. But of course, UCR, we know what they can do as well. And if anything, we can just chalk it up. Hey, Icebox is an attacker-sided map. We've seen teams come back from this today already. 8-4 down to winning that map. SFU did it against CPP. What's saying UCR Gold can't do the same thing? Never say die attitude is what you need at this point. Migraine's making sure that comes to fruition because they are almost died there.
Yeah, you know, gotta be careful how you approach here, especially on this pistol round. And if you're especially UCR, you can't really afford to throw away too many of these rounds.
Revealing area.
It's gonna be one recon dart. Hespa. That's gonna be just enough info though. That's all it takes is shooting out that dart to get the info. But look how slow UCR is too. They're giving SDSU all this time to get back.
As safely as possible. They don't want to overstay their welcome. As Shimo pushes forward here. And this wall, I like this wall. We're just going to cover off that back angle. Gambler just going to sit behind him. So much damage taken as well. Will finally find the spike plant, but this is given, as you said, so much time for the Aztecs to come back over here. And they are looking to raid down Montezuma's revenge, if anything. Shimo finds one, finds two. Looking to turn that corner, but Lights is there to answer. The satchels once again. Get away from me, says Scove, and now this angle's so difficult to hold. Have to try and find it. Justin finds one, and now it's down to Cody. Will Cody be able to take it down the Demon King? Will Cody be able to find it? It's crazy how Scove has become that in this situation. Cody turning around that corner, will not be able to find it.
That's so clutch. Shove the blast pack to safety, the peekaboo swing on ropes. You got the half defuse. You find the rest of it, and honestly, UCR. It's not the end of the world, it's not the end of the game, but man, to have a round come so close and slip through your fingers. 9 What's the most we saw? 11 unanswered? We saw that earlier today, actually. I was thinking about Fracture last year. We saw 11 unanswered today, too.
Yeah, well, we saw 10 unanswered come through from the side of SFU. They were fantastic on that. 11 unanswered coming down from the side of, what was it? SJSU, correct? In the spring, or in the winter. Oh my good. The fall? This is what happens.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is.
This is what happens. You give a man too much information, and he starts to short circuit here. And unfortunately for UCR, they look to be short circuiting because they've been stumped. You cram for the exam, you get in there, and all of a sudden everything goes out the window, and that's what it feels like. SDSU have caught them off guard with the trick questions, with the all of the above, none of the above, maybe some of the above answers. And they have just gone above what UCR were expecting. Shimo just trying to find anything that they can, but the shots just aren't going their way at this point.
Zemo. Walk away with the orb there. A moral victory if the pistols don't end up paying off at least, but once again, it's the A side. UCR, though, a little bit split toward this midsection. Turret and Sova playing down their Zemo, looking for contact. Spotting up the dart, but that Sage Wall going to be a rather large deterrent. Can they plant, though? Granted, if they plant, they have topside vision, so I don't think they even want to try that if they can.
Yeah, Hespa, though. Gonna take a little bit of contact. Oh my goodness.
One enemy remaining.
It's every time, Adam. They're just rinsing them.
They are running their pockets. They are bleeding them dry, and Justin is left in a corner to weep and cry. Let's go throw the poetry in there. Call it slam poetry, because that is exactly what SDSU are doing at UCR. They are getting slammed.
Yeah.
10 seconds left.
This is, not gonna lie, this is getting rough to watch. You don't ever want to count a team out too early. It's Valorant, lots of stuff can happen, but man, SDSU just has not missed a beat, man. They were down 4-0. The mental resolve, because to be honest, that 4-0, they were getting beat down. Like, it wasn't close. Justin and Zemo were 13-0. Everybody was kicking their butts. Everything was going according to plan. All of a sudden, Uno Reverso, you find yourself down 10-4 and not a lick of momentum. And I'll tell you what, UCR somehow drops this round. This game is cooked.
Yeah, and it's
look at the credits.
The mental game. It's everything. It's the economical game. It's everything at that point where UCR are gonna have to pull out something magical here to get themselves that little bit of resolve back. This round drops, you know, you're at 11. You're going to have to call your timeout. You're going to have to try and rethink your approach to everything. And past that, you've used your timeouts. You don't have anything left. You have nothing left in the tank at that point. UCR need to make it matter right now.
Yep.
Pack you with the Spectre. Gonna get taken down, and that's a big opener for CVAL to get that down, get onto this B site, get the wall down, get your plant down, and at least put a little bit of stress on the SDSU side.
At least get set up. They can't even hardly get the plant down half of these rounds. They're just getting cleaned up before the plant actually gets followed through. So finally, they get on site, they execute. They are set up for the post, but that ice is like perfectly on top of that crate, by the way. Luntais finds a headshot, traded back though. UCR finally digging their heels in a big way. 4 members left standing. Have to worry about that economy as well. SDSU, they were bound to slip up. Credit to UCR, they finally showed some fight. They showed some resolve, and that is the first step back to this game.
They're able to stand their ground and hold for everything that they're worth. And that is what is important at the end of the day. They're able to get themselves around back, to break that streak of 10 straight rounds from the side of SDSU. And honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised at this point if UCR just magically shake off all those doubts, shake off all those fears, and find themselves multiple rounds in a row. Because that is how this series has gone. There is no such thing as a short streak of round wins. There is no such thing as trading round after round. Scove is going to be taken down by Justin, but at the expense of Shimo's ult.
Yeah, I mean, I would say a noble sacrifice, but, you know, 1 for 1, not going to be a... the greatest thing in the world. But UCR, they're going to be happy. They got the advantage once more. Advantage gone. PACU has other ideas. Gambler down. Spike down. Did get recovered, though. They sent those 2-3 members backside of crate. Oh, the spray down the swing. Cody, nice timing there. Is going to find the kill. That is big. Hespa, though, answers back. This is low HP on Cody, too. UCR. They got to be careful how they move here. Yeah, true.
Yeah, this plant's going to be incredibly difficult. They might just have to go for the kill win condition. Hespa firing through this, trying to find any angle, and Cody might be coming.
One enemy
Oh my goodness, the Sage is looking the wrong way. Luntais.
Oh man.
Just a little bit of momentum back the opposite way. And now Justin just looking for the plant here. It'll be very difficult for Hespa to find this, especially with that Hunter's Fury online. Hespa's looking.
Oh, nice. That is a big play from Justin. Finds the 3K. Yeah, keeps UCR alive. Keeps the economy somewhat stabilized there. Curious what the money's going to be looking like for SDSU this time around. Can't imagine it's going to be in the best of spots. I'm seeing Hespa already with the Sheriff, so yeah, it's going to be that half save now. Sheriff, maybe light armor on a couple for the ones that have a couple extra 100 credits. Look at Show, 19 kills. And for SDSU, right, it was the team play that was working so well. Now, looking a little bit more top-heavy than it was earlier. It was looking a little bit more even. But again, Hespa and PACU, they're being those 2 setup players. I would like to see PACU maybe not play as close up on Yellow Crate next time. Play a little bit farther back. Just play into the Viper util. Make UCR beat you. Zemo almost getting beaten there in that 1v1.
Yeah, Shimo's just trying to find as much space as possible. Take control with these better guns. You don't get to spray with a Sheriff. You get your one shot, you gotta hit it, you gotta get out. Shimo takes a little bit of damage, but good thing the heals are there. Lights, though, makes that shot count. Oh my goodness, Cody just left in the dark once again, and that's a big member to lose there. Your Viper has not set up her wall. She's not going to be able to provide that extra cover, not going to be able to provide that extra post plan. And now, UCR in a little bit of flux here. They're trying to rotate over as quickly as possible, and they're just doing what they can. There's a res available, though, and they might just use this on Cody here.
I will say, we could have a 2-minute segment next week called Lights Lurks. The timing on this Killjoy, just finding 3 kills every single round seemingly, is honestly something to behold. There's the showstopper, though. Oh, he's going up, Cody. You got in the game, and you got taken right back out. 5v4 once again for SDSU. And this whole time, they spent 25 seconds to play for that res. The res is gone. Now you've got 25 seconds, but you've got UCR migraines taking names. PACU dying. Mike should be able to get planted here.
Yeah, you can find the wall. You can find something here. Gambler actually doesn't have the wall, so we're going to have to plant out in the open to sort of take that. Mono, Shimo gets a lot of damage down. Finds Sko, but Luntai is able to return in kind. And now you have to worry about the wall on the opposite side. Can Luntais just drop down the Sage Sandwich, prevent them from breaking through. Hespa trying to peek. Gambler takes him down. Luntai's going to have to go for it. Looks for the shot. But you talk about totem poles, that's a big one there. 3 heads staring right back at you. Cerberus bites back. 7 rounds for UCR Gold. They're making this a little bit interesting because I talked about the streaks, and this streak could continue. They find a win here, and this is going to be ropes for the side of SDSU. They're going to be backs up against the wall in their economy. What is with these teams and just not being able to trade rounds back and forth?
I don't. It's like every single split, it's like there's a theme, and it seems like the theme of this is just like go on an 8-round run and look like an entirely different team as soon as you hit the switch.
And the crazy thing is that they didn't use their timeout. We were expecting them to use their timeout there. They did not call it. They simply had their experience to speak for it. Gambler finds Scope. That's a big pick. And now this A site, so challenging to deal with. Your duelist, your main man, your top fragger is removed from the game. And Cody once again taking the page out of the Nats book of Viper. Lurking, lurking, lurking.
Yeah, Nats more like rats, am I right? Got him. Either way, though. UCR stacking up toward A, getting ready to hit this execute. Looks like, look at Lights once again, though, working through mid. Gonna find the timing with Cody, maybe. Lights looking for the first call. Oh. Cody finally gets the read and finds the headshot, though. 5v3 for UCR here. They're looking more than prim to take the fight. Lockdown will, yeah. That'll confirm things. All the rest of these SDSU members got to be.
Cody's going?
Cody is still playing back mid, just make sure.
Yeah, she's taking the vacation up mid, trying to catch anyone out through screens as well. Might have forgotten about her as the side of SDSU as they sort of fall right into the potential there. None of them looking towards screens. Cody finds one once again. Great lurk coming down. Hespa finally able to shut it down, but Cody's good for 2. And now Hespa needs to find something here. 4v2 situation. The pose plan so difficult. 4v1. Hespa's going to have to make it happen. Finds one, but gets taken down.
Okay.
My goodness. We were counting UCR Gold out for a little bit there, and yet they come alive once again.
Because the thing is, right, I know 10-4, I literally said it. I know 10-4 is not the be-all, end-all, not by any stretch, by a million years. It's just the way some of these games look where teams are just getting body bagged for 60% of the game. They go, oh yeah, we actually have to like start trying this game. And then they just look at nice little open dance. And they have to just start, they just flip it. And it just looks like an entirely different game. And now, right, economy busted once again. It's been broken again for SDSU. UCR right now in the driver's seat, looking to take this 10-9, looking to maybe snowball this one into this 10-10. And I'll tell you what, the way they've been playing, I don't want to rule anything out anymore.
I don't want to count them out, especially when they're down. Both of these teams, just momentum is so futile. It feels as if you get it, and once you lose it, it is just gone.
Yeah.
And then SDSU coming off of being down 4-0.
Oh, okay.
Lights are able to find it.
Oh,
Gambler and Justin able to reply. They get you give momentum over. It's like the possession arrow in college basketball. You give it over, sometimes you can't get it back.
Yeah. That is it's actually a very good analogy for any of the other Hoops fans out there. Justin and Shove, though, looking to make first contact here. There is the res alive, but the weapon's probably not going to dictate that, maybe necessarily. Shove trying to lurk on the backside here. Gonna find something. Viper Wall is going to be up there. Snake bites to the backside corner, trying to get Hespa out of the spot there. Hespa's 1 HP from those snake bites. Oh, Soba's actually very low. Hunter's Fury. Plant going to get stopped. That was clutch timing from Hespa. Justin, though, says, I got something for you too, pal. I got a bow and arrow, and I am way more deadly. 3 kills for Justin. Plant down again. And UCR up again. Oh, my goodness. 5 in a row.
Some of these rounds are just pushing our contracts to limits because it is so back and forth.
Justin has max money, by the way.
Yeah, might as well.
Has max money almost.
You know, buyout for a homie there as well, I believe. Everyone is just doing what they can, and you know, these games are so tense. You could cut the tension in the air with a razor. It is so close between these two. Yeah, honestly, you can cut it through with a Viper Orb lineup at this point. That thing's gonna snap. Viper Orbs are kind of sharp, you know.
Harbor Bubble?
Yeah, you can cut through a Sage Wall. There we go.
There you go. Neon Wall?
Yeah, now we're pushing it. Okay, now we're pushing it. They took the damage off of Neon's walls, too.
True. Good.
Cody. Once again, Cody just lurking for anything. Has the pit available as well. That's something to keep in mind. There's a Viper's pit available for SDSU, and they haven't opted to just shut down a site yet. They want to save that for a post-plant situation where they want to retake the site, and that's interesting to call.
it's a tough call too, right? Because it's a bit of a risky one. You're trying to play like that reactionary pit. Sometimes the proactive one is a little bit better, but they might be worried about something raining down. Because, I mean, the way UCR has been playing too, I think SDSU is a little bit gun shy at the moment. They've been kind of getting beat up these last couple rounds. They want to try to make sure that they're able to try to slow things down a little bit. Yeah, time is. There's been a lot of these last 30-second executes over on B. Looks like it's going to be yet another, but
30 seconds
not really in
left.
position to defend this. There's a very wide split on this team right now. Plant is started.
Well, sure, Cody is.
In a moment or two. Cody,
Ooh.
Pacu's going down first, though. Oh,
Great
both
work.
members go. UCR, man, just so damn good. Kobe.
Planted.
Yeah, throws that down. And Cody, oh, Timo actually going to be able to find Hespa. Cody finds another one. This lurk has been fantastic. And Cody is not gun shy in the slightest. It's a flawless round for UCR Gold. We are knotted up at 10s here.
Once more into battle. I'm not tired.
All right, anyone looking to learn how to lurk on Killjoy or Viper, watch Lights and watch Cody. I am telling you, this is a master class on rotations, timing, just catching people off guard. Hey, listen, you don't have to be super skilled, although those two are very, very skilled. You just shoot someone in the back of the head. There's no response they can give you to find the answer. So take notes from these players. They have been popping off. I mean, Cody, right? Game changers, T2. We know how good she is, obviously. But a lot of these teams, we haven't seen SDSU as much, right? So a lot of these players kind of coming out of the woodwork, showing up and showing out. And, I mean, 10-10 game economy, though, for SDSU. They got, what, Sheriff's? Pretty sure it was? Yeah.
It's going to be tough as Shimo just finds Hespa. This time, though, Scope has a little bit of a rat angle. Shimo says, no, you do not. Not allowing it in the slightest. Shimo finds 3. And this pit, this lockdown, they've been saying for so long. Surely, at some point, you have to pull the trigger. Surely, for SDSU. They find the play, and yes, next round, they have to use it. They have to use these ultimates, because for the side of UCR, they've been rotating them out so well. They've been able to keep them alive. Cody hasn't felt the need to use her Viper's Pit. On the offensive side, you can save that for as long as you want. But
Yes, that's the difference. Offense is totally different, right? You can use that as that reactionary defense. Just throw that sucker down, sight's taken away. They haven't committed to that yet. Even the locked, right? They have 2 defensive ultimates. That's the weird thing, right? These are all set theoretically. You can just pop and it's still a good ult, even if no one gets detained necessarily, right? Like, it's still a good value.
Migraines.
They're looking for heads here, though. Migraines.
Hunting. Oh, the footsteps are heard.
Crossfire
Oh my
there.
goodness.
There you go. 1 weapon back over.
Player standing.
But the Wolves are going on the hunt there. Yeah, Gambler and Justin, they're going to go take down 2 more. 4 members alive. I think 1 member of UCR has died in the last 2-3 rounds, actually.
It's been incredible stuff coming through from them.
How do you 24 and 11?
How do you have the guts to come back from what was 10 rounds in a row? You click /FF at that point in most ranked games.
We've had 2 defuses, by the way. Look at how the rounds have ended. TDM, 2 defuses the whole game.
Yeah, incredible stuff coming through. It has been attackers just living their best life, it feels. And now,
oh man,
with a really cheeky angle,
oh,
Gambler.
No.
Oh, Gambler is so aware, and Scove's heat check is ice cold.
Weapon
They
here.
still haven't used the pit, so if they somehow drop this round, they're sitting on match point with everything in the bag that you could have tried to use to dissuade, set an off angle, try to stop something. UCR, though, has not been stopped in the slightest. They have the res, right? You said they've been pocketing these ultimates because they can afford to for that perfect moment.
Spike
And that
drop.
perfect moment might be getting closer and closer as we get along here. This B site looking mighty, mighty open. Only the Viper to play your Pacu. This is going to be a very, very tough hold. Going to have to find at least 1 here, if they even stay on. Yeah, I back off.
Pacu needs a mega performance here. This snake bite just going to stall out the inevitable. The wall going to be a little bit difficult to contend with for now. It's going to be another swarm grenade placed down. Migraines, that's his own swarm grenade. He's going to get taken down by Luntize.
Spike down.
And now, your Spike is in deep enemy territory there. There's the lockdown that we've been looking for. Recovery mission will be oh so challenging. And UCR Gold, now the momentum might be flipping back over. You cannot afford to lose momentum. We've talked about how it doesn't just go away for 1 round. It goes away for grand stretches of time. Gambler going to go all the way underneath. The plant will be completed, but Luntize and Shimo trading back and forth. Shimo, multiple members coming around. Gambler goes down as well. Gets the plant down. And SDSU finally get around back. And not a moment too soon.
Well, surely I don't want to say letters that rhyme with goatee, but it looks like that potentially might be something that's in the cards here because we have a couple ultimates each side here, but this game has just been on an absolute pendulum. Finally, look at that little green diffuse symbol amongst the red carpet there. They finally get one back. The economy, I mean, UCR, they don't care. They're hard chilling. I guess both squads now, there's going to be enough money. We're going to have full force here. Look at the ultimates for UCR, though. If they can get the lockdown, they have everything.
You can have everything you need. Hespa so far away from that ultimate of their own, so this lockdown gets so much more value.
Will we see the Viper Pit on B?
Haku has been holding that forever. And eventually it comes to a
rounds,
point
I think,
where Cody can just drop it down and say, hey, listen, my Viper's Pit now. We might get the dueling Viper's Pit. That would be awful.
It would be, well, not for us.
That's awful for us.
I just cast the kill feed if I can't see nothing.
Yeah, but there goes the lockdown. Light trying to peek. But there are so many members. They took the class photo with that one. Are going to be able to get this plant down. Viper's Pit is sure to follow at this point. Sko needs to try and find that heat. That was so pivotal for them on Haven. The Viper's Pit goes down. This is great because Cody can hide in long effectively, just sort of hide behind this angle, stay within the pit. The drone is looking. The drone misses Cody, actually. This is big, but going for the defuse. Needs to try and stick it.
God.
Oh my goodness, Luntize! Luntize is going for it! Luntize is going to get the defuse!
No way! Nah. There's no chance. No chance in hell. That SDSU is about to steal the game because of something like that. And I'll tell you what now. Haku might be looking like a damn genius having this Viper Pit now. Can you believe that?
I'm speechless.
That was unbelievable.
How
UCR, man, I hope the ironclad mental is
I
hope the mental is ironclad for UCR, because that is that's a tilter.
Get out of my way.
Because of contract reasons, how the F did that just happen?
Literally, like Cage Roulette Worlds, right?
This is the first round of games. We're in top 8.
Yeah.
These teams still have a second chance after this, but they are fighting for their lives here. They do not want to give an inch. And now over to this A site. This Viper's Pit that has been saved for so long, all of a sudden it gets so much more value. Scope gonna be able to find it, but the plant is down. At the very least, they've got that through. And now here comes the post plant that has been so good for UCR Gold up until this last round. They have been absolutely phenomenal on these post plants.
Where's the pit?
Where is the pit? Oh, Justin gets scouted out. Hespa finds 2. Hespa finds 3. It is now down to a 4v2. It is a 5v2. They're getting the res, but Migraines refuses to give up. The defuse is going down. Lights is going to stick it, and that is going to be the game. SDSU from the clutches of defeat. Oh.
You heard the term snatching victory from the jaws of defeat? That was snatching defeat from the jaws of victory for UCR. They had the perfect post-plant setup. Ninja defuse with 4 members alive, I'm pretty sure I counted. And then you lose like that.
We've been speechless a lot on this stream recently.
It's day 1, babe.
It's day 1. This is day 1, and this is the closest best of 3 we have.
What did we watch
ever.
today?
What we watched? We got 5 aces across that series. We get a 10-round stretch into the coldest we've seen SDSU since the first map. It feels like the Ninja defuse on the edge of the Viper's Pit.
4 alive
just
too.
ends up being the difference, and. There's so little that we can say about it at this point. Believe we are going to take a short break before we close out the day here. We need we honestly, if we had stuff to say, I forgot. I need a break after that one. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Well, the Wild Wild West continues to live up to its name. CVAL Winter was an absolute cluster. You know what? Spring has been no exception. It is day one. We've seen 4 aces, a Ninja Diffuse in a 12-11 game, an 11-round run, a 10-round run, and a map 3, basically overtime to close things down. Just absolute insanity. We saw every type of play to Sunday today, and it's just going to get better and better as we go on.
Yeah, and of course, looking at the bracket after today, we get to sort of look to see some of the upsets or quasi upsets that we see. Of course, in this matchup, definitely the upset of the tournament thus far. Yes, we've had the winner's curse sort of reign supreme, but SDSU Black taking down UCR Gold is incredible there. But you can also see UBC moving on to that winner semi-final there. SFU Flamingo earlier taking down CPV Black, and UCSD Gold, the Slugs taking down UCSD Gold. So that's an interesting one. Alberta is in shambles right now. They are preying on some sort of miracle lower bracket run or UBC winning tomorrow.
Yeah, listen, they're hoping for their Canadian compadres to hopefully get the job done. We love the Alberta guys. We always chop it up with Velocity and a lot of those other guys. So Canadian bias aside, those are 2 teams we know are very, very talented. We would definitely love to see them later down the line. But as we said before, man, the West just feels like it is completely random at times, for better, for worse, or however you want to spin it. But the West is certainly listen, tomorrow and the next week. Tomorrow, we're not sure exactly what games based on potential reschedules, collegiate things of that nature. But the rest of this way, what we've seen out of the West these last 2 splits, I legitimately have zero clue what's going to happen.
Yeah, it is going to be all down to whoever can sort of be the better team on the day. And
literally on the day. Like
SDSU, they pull it out. They were not favorites to come into this. I would say that if we were to get a general overall vibe for SDSU Black taking down UCR Gold, if we were to ask 100 of the top collegiate Valorant analysts, I think 99 of them would pick UCR Gold in that situation, us included in that situation.
Yeah.
But you know what? We were unfamiliar with your game. We apologize. Great stop from SDSU Black to move on to those semifinals. And there's no short order of tough opponents left there. UBC is not going to be an easier feat to beat down.
Yeah, that being said, though, that is pretty much going to call things an end for today. It was a very wild day of games. We had the first 2-0. SFU Flamingo took down CPP Black. Then we had an absolute banger of a series. UCR, man, they were looking oh so good. UCR Gold, they fall, though. They end up dropping. And that is going to be all she wrote. I mean, SDSU, like you said, the dark horse, very exciting team. We are so stoked to get them next weekend as we go in the tournament. But it has been a long stream already today. We're going to wrap things up. Me and Adam, everybody helping us out, Durant, Shelly, all the rest of everyone helping us out behind the scenes. Always appreciate it. The games delivered like usual. CVAL West, we're going to be back tomorrow at some point for 1, maybe 2 games. We've got to wait for the reschedules, but take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night and have a good one.